to session 7 of the Astral Circus here on happyjacksrpg. My name is Jason. I'm your GM. To find all the previous episodes, you can go to happyjacks.org/the Astral Circus. And content warning, we got blood and guts and full frontal nudity. Like, everything is on the table here, literally. So just be aware. And we can do that because we use safety tools. You should too. We have our lines and veils, X card, etc. And we're going to get to the player intro in just a moment. Brutus, you remember entering the cave with the illithid friends, right? Who became, it was revealed that Brad is the baby elder brain, a teener brain.
Baby elder.
Yeah. And I will reveal, since jokes are better when explained, this is not specifically about Brutus, this is for everyone's benefit. If you ask my middle school students, it was always better when I explained the joke, such that students who had me before would elbow new kids to laugh the first time I tell the joke. Otherwise, I will explain it to them. Just laugh. He'll explain it.
Wow.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's it. That's it. I've been waiting 3 months.
So much
Oh,
waiting
boy.
for so little payoff.
How dare you?
Oh, wow.
Are you denigrating Sir Samuel L. Jackson's performance in Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction. I fully went with you, and as is our relationship. No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Brad's got a big brain. Because he's sort of a different type of elder brain. This is like one of the first notes I made for the campaign. Because I knew I wanted like an illithid colony that was doing something a little different, and I was like, oh, what if they had like a big brain? Oh wait, look at the big brain on Brad. Like, that was one of the first notes in my document.
Were you high?
Nope. Not really my thing.
Oh my god.
You know what? That took long. Let's actually do our introductions.
Okay.
Tell people who you are and who you normally play on this game.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi. I am Dion, and I am playing Gralen Longstamp, our resident forest gnome grave cleric, who's just here to help his friends explore the world, have a good time, and try to find a way to bring a little fun into the world.
And which deity does he work for?
Kelemvor.
Kelemvor. Yeah.
Particularly a cleric of Kelemvor.
Yeah. And Kelemvor has been face cast. We would really want to get Sir Idris Elba. I'm just putting Sir. Like, I mean, he's a knight to me. So.
Although I'm currently also being pimped out, offered on retainer to Mistra as
There's
well.
a collab in effect.
Yeah.
That's going
Kelemvor ex
Yeah.
Mistra.
Yeah, ex-Mistra, yeah.
Feet Mistra.
Yeah. So that's going great.
Yeah, so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jay?
Hi, everybody. I'm Jay, and I play Brutus Bartholomew Bucks, the Giff monk who is currently coming to realize that he's in a fight. Didn't know that last time. But
We'll get there.
yeah. Yep. In the middle of combat.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam. I use they them pronouns, and I usually play Jaden Sapphire. He him, who's an astral elf druid who has forgotten more things than he's ever remembered.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a lot of places
Same.
and with a lot of people.
Like Lucretia.
Yes, like we found out Lucretius last time.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I am Pooja, no pronouns. I'm playing Ezthe Perah, they, them pronouns. Who's your friendly neighborhood bembo, martial sorcerer? And so, I'm very close to going boom. It'll be fine.
Sure.
It'll be fine. Everyone is outside of the radius because they know. They know.
You can only edge so long before you just go boom.
Yeah. Don't stand. Don't stand that close to me.
Very different kind of
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah. Speaking of.
Speaking of explaining the joke.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. Brutus, you went into the cave with everyone. And it was after the fight. There were dead Sahagin all over the place. There were also dismembered Illithids. I think you were probably awake for the pyre, where we sort of really melted Illithids that they sort of dissolved. The heads were taken into the cave. Eventually, the group was invited in. And as you went in, let's say a quirk of Giff morphology, the headiness in the air hit different.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a moment where you became a little disconnected from what was going on.
I love how you described my eyes were like just little pinpricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've never seen the whites of the eyes of a hippo before. Because they have little demon beady eyes. Yeah. It's changed a little bit. The inside of the cave. Well, how would you describe Brutus's perfect day? April 23rd.
So I think for me, the transition from the cave to that sort of ideal day is kind of seamless, because if I remember correctly, we went in, we saw almost these like watery rice terrace things with the cauliflower structures growing in.
Yeah.
And the cauliflowers just kind of start to grow into full-on trees, and the rice paddies become like these big rivers. And I think the next thing I know, I'm floating down just, nakers in a stream full of my fellow Giff, and we're kind of just lazily floating downriver.
Okay.
And that's sort of the perfect day. The birds are, what I think are birds are true, because Brutus, up until like quite recently in his life, he lived on a hammer ship for the most part. And he'd go out on excursions out in wild space.
So
Yeah.
perfect day is being not on the ship.
Yeah,
and
not on
being
the ship.
out on, let's say, shore leave
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is a collection of hippos. Does anyone remember what a herd of hippos is called? There's a name for it.
It's not a rumble, is it?
I think that's
Maybe
rhinos.
Those are rhinos.
Anyway, there's no way to find
Yeah.
out. I'll go to the library tomorrow morning and look it up in the encyclopedia.
Right.
Thunder of
A thunder of
thunder
hippos,
of-
yes. So let's say there's like half a dozen hippos.
Sure.
Kind of just like, whereas humans would be on their back, right? The hippos are sort of
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
with the snoot up above water line and
Yep.
just chilling in this lazy
Yeah.
river, right?
It's the sun shining warmly on
Yeah.
our backs, the water cool on our skin.
Yep. Would it be probably, and this is a question for everyone at the table because I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable, if at some point we realized that Brutus had taken all his clothes off?
Of course
No
he did.
objection.
Perfect.
That's what we all do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, how was this in the cave, or when you get me back to
Probably like
the-
as we're coming out of the cave, Brutus
Uh-huh.
just like,
peeling things away?
this is dumb.
Yeah. As long as somebody gets my clothing back,
That's what
there's a lot of sentimental value. with
Sure.
some of those.
Gralen is
Sure. Like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like Gralen's been on clothes duty before.
Yeah. Probably because he's
Probably.
so fun.
Everybody needs the fun.
You probably
He's
find
gonna take-
Jaden's clothes in random places.
And hey, look, I really like, I love Gralen's character choices because my former character Urag Backbreaker was a paladin of Sune, right? And was the one who brought like the orange wedges to the orgy,
Gotcha.
made sure everyone had some water, and and was like participating, but it was about like she was making sure everyone was taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. The sort of the soccer mom at the orgy.
And Gralen only just really realized the whole thing about drugs. Like we just learned the thing in the cave. So he's like, "Oh, this is the drug thing. Okay, let me. I'll make sure I'll take care of him."
Yeah.
Need these later.
Yeah.
And so, for a large part of the day, we're having Brutus sort of naked. And then maybe when we're getting back to town, we're like, let's see if we could just like put a towel around him, or like there's kids running around town. We want to be a little thoughtful about that.
On the way, can we just say that Gralen walks in front of him? Because that'd be about right height.
No, there's all these perfect camera shots, right?
Oh my
The
god.
shrubbery
Yeah.
just in the way.
Like just a moving censor bar.
Yeah.
Gralen Longstamp.
There's one of a great moment in the Austin Powers movies, which probably have not aged well. I don't want to think about that too deeply, but there is a moment where he's wandering around naked and somebody's like eating a hot dog, and so it's like all those kinds of cuts, which are really fun. But Brutus, you have stepped out in this lazy river. At some point, we've sort of bumped up against like, oh, well, we should find something to eat, like, and you and your friends, you're wandering around, finding some berries on bushes and things. I think hippos are like vegetarian, right? They don't eat meat. Well, like wild hippos.
Sure, yeah.
So, yeah, for the most part,
Sure,
whatever.
yeah.
Right? Was it sort of like a river in the savannah, a jungle? What do you picture?
I think, like, intrinsically, Brutus's Giff kind of, like, heritage just leans towards, like, a jungle river.
Okay.
There's somebody there talking about, when hippos wiggle their ears, they're about to they're wiggling their ears.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
making bad jokes and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got a lot of tree cover, all that kind of stuff. So what in just this sort of lazy moment, right? Out of the water comes another hippo.
Mm-hmm.
And hippos have a range of sort of graying skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little bit darker, and just straight up like Photoshop replacement has the head of Idris Elba, right? Not Idris Elba as a hippo, right? It's Idris Elba's head on a GIF body.
Sure.
Okay,
Like you do.
like a bad Photoshop. Are we good?
Yeah.
No, I need to know whose neck it is.
Whose neck? There's no neck.
Oh no!
Just like
Yeah.
hippo head. I mean, Elba head right on the.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Hippo torso. Okay.
Just right on the between the shoulders there.
Okay. All right.
Just comes also naked, just comes striding up out of the river, and it's like walking up out of the river as if he was standing up at the bottom of the river and just boop, 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 boop,
Oh,
comes-
sure. Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
walking out.
Uh huh.
Right?
Okay.
It says, "I'm so glad we could finally meet, Brutus."
I think at that point, I get up from my lazy river pose, and I stand up, and I realize who I'm talking to, but it's not who I think it is. It's not actually who it is.
Well, who do you think it is?
I think it's Her Majesty, because my contingent is called Her Majesty's contingent. We serve this Giff queen
Okay,
or empress. We don't really know.
sure.
In fact, we don't really know where she is. We just know that she's sent us out to get magic items.
Yeah.
But that was so long ago that we've forgotten like where we've come from, who
yeah.
this person is.
Good
For
times.
all we know, there are more of us in the contingent out in other parts of wild space.
Okay. So, Gralen, what sort of things do you keep around the caravan, or like in your room, or whatever? Like, what do you have images of Kelemvor or symbols? Or
Oh, definitely a lot of symbols.
The
Okay.
symbol is-
And I probably wouldn't have
you don't
an
have like
image
his
of them.
portrait over
Yeah,
your
no, I
desk
wouldn't
or
have
anything
anything like that. There's something sacred about that image, right? So
Okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't have an image of them, but like imagine like bro-y college kid who's really into his sports team.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's how my room's decorated with
Yeah.
like symbols of Kellenborg.
Okay.
Skeletal
right.
hands with the scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Like
The old pennant flags.
yeah, it's like I have a pillow with the symbol. I'm throwing on
Sure.
the couch.
Yeah.
My comforter is the Kellenborg colors and
Sure.
symbols like everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm gonna add that this hippo body has this Kellenvor fist tattoo on the chest.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately has the scales are right under each nipple, balancing the nipples of this hefty
you
hippo
do.
man. Yeah. I'm really happy about that. Actually.
Yeah, it's great.
Unfortunate for you guys. I'm pleased.
I love it. Best use of an icon.
Yeah. And the gravitas that Idris Elba brings to a scene.
I get up and I avert my eyes and I kind of like get on my knees and I say, Your Majesty, I can't believe I'm meeting you too.
I am not a oh shoot, what's the word? Not regent. What's the word I'm trying to think of? That's not
Royal?
Royal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not royalty. I am an ambassador. And I understand you've made a new friend. And in this vision, you're a little shadow friend.
Yeah, faithful.
Have you been like wearing it on your hands?
Yeah,
or
I'm
your-
gonna say that generally, faithful kind of just like wraps around my wrists, and
Okay.
every once in a while, like you said, if there's light, it'll kind of like crawl up into my clothing.
Now, fortunately, it's daytime, but we're under the cover of jungle canopy and that sort of thing, and it has left your hand to sort of like wind up your arm, and then is on your shoulder, not like trying to hide from this person, but
Mhm.
I mean, if we were gonna call it has body language equivalent to the little Pixar lamp that comes out at the start of the thing.
Mhm.
It's sort of like, like like kind of
Little Luxo.
yeah. It has like a little like pseudopod front
Yeah.
that is like what's happening here, right? It's not like trying to hide from it. It was just like I'm gonna get up higher so I can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And this figure says, it is good that we've finally been able to meet. I need you to understand some things about the shadow.
And my hand kind of goes up to it protectively and says, "Yeah, you're not going to take Faithful away, are you?"
I am not.
Oh, okay.
You seem to be a good custodian.
Well, we gods have to take care of our followers.
I cannot state this plainly enough. You are not a deity.
Okay? I know I've got a way to go. I understand.
Yes, that's true.
Way to bring it back.
I need to make sure that you know who I am.
You're the one that we all live for. You're the one that we do everything that we do for.
Oh. No.
No?
I'm Kellenvor, ambassador to the land of the dead, the Shadowfell.
Is that...
Do you know my
Where?
name?
Well, I've heard one of my friends say your name.
Yes. You know Gralen Longstamp.
You know Gralen too.
I do.
Wow.
And so Kellenvor looks around and sort of realizes the scenario that we're speaking in. It's like he didn't realize there was a jungle.
Yeah.
And, it's just sort of like, oh, and then looks down at his body and is like, why not? It doesn't bother, putting clothes on or anything. It's just
Yeah.
happy to stand there on the bank talking to you as a hippo body and his head.
Wade nipples.
Yes. Yeah. The okay. He says, so I'm glad to make your acquaintance. You have, I think, struggled with the fact that you've had contact with the shadow. That's been challenging for you.
Yeah.
There are two aspects of this, and the problem is our language doesn't have the right words. Shadow and the Shadowfell are not evil. It's a step between. Everyone, it is right that most things pass away in their time. You understand?
Yeah. So nothing really lasts.
Most things do not. Your deities persist, and some things in this world persist that shouldn't, through means that is ill-gotten. And that is where something like the Shadow Weave becomes a problem. The weave, created by Mystra, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool to be wielded, and those who would twist it to the darkest purposes have created and made use of the Shadow Weave. They've given it strength and have made it evil. There is evil in this world. But the natural passing is not that. Your friend is a refugee from the Shadow Weave and will, with your guidance, simply become Shadow, which is not of the Shadow Weave.
Okay, so Faithful's gonna go away sometime too?
No? Well, I suppose that'll be up to the two of you.
Oh.
But I need you to understand your power is not from the Shadow Weave.
Oh.
It comes from my realm. The Shadowfell is not the Shadow Weave.
Oh. Oh. So my company was wrong about it.
Yes.
Oh. There's like this big, like the eyes just, Brutus's eyes get big in their sockets. And he kind of comes to this, I think he's finally coming to realize exactly like the source of the problems in his life so far.
I wish things could have gone better for you. But I wanted to at least be able to tell you that. And it seems your mind is in a place, as of right now, that I was able to mostly, looks down at himself again, reach out to you.
Okay. I mean, I like to think that kind of having been around the people I have, I'm getting better about that. Where exactly am I? And it's as I'm coming down, the logic starts to trickle back into my brain.
Well, that's a complicated question right now. Your body is at the beach where you fought the Sahagin. Your mind is there and here.
Okay, yeah, that is a bit complicated. I appreciate you trying to explain it, but I think I'm pretty happy where I am right now.
Of course. I want you to feel confident using the abilities that have been infused into you from my realm.
Mhm.
You don't owe me fealty or worship. If that's not in your nature. But my realm, if you continue to use these abilities for finding balance, these abilities will continue to grow with you.
I like the sound of that. Okay. Okay. Wait, so you're not gonna hang around?
I can't stay all that long.
Oh. Alright. Was really nice to, I mean, it's a shame because I'm having a really great time talking to you.
It was nice to meet you.
Do you want me to say hi to Longstamp for you?
If you remember this conversation, that would be fine.
My ears wiggle because I'm like, why would I not remember this conversation? But all right.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
So, yeah, Kellenvor smiles, makes sort of a short bow, just like a inclination,
Same thing.
Yeah.
I'd bow back. Yeah.
and comes apart in a tumble of like fruit and bread and it's just like a whole basket, like a cornucopia
Sure,
of
yeah.
snacks,
Okay, all right.
and it's gone. They're not like hippo meat, right?
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
like literal
Yeah,
food.
literal, like-
Yeah.
fruits, and
Yeah.
there's some meat, there's some bread, there's cheese, there's
Well, yeah, in the dream logic way, I think me and the other hippos would go over and have
Yeah,
a snack.
yeah.
Not even, like, feeling weird about it. You
Okay.
know, this was a person once.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that's what's happening in the course of now. This is the opposite of how like you can have a dream and feel like you spent days doing something in your few hours of sleep. This is the opposite, where you had a brief scene that took hours to play out in your mind.
Yeah, okay.
So
Love it.
the next thing you have now, fortunately, you do recall the conversation as you come to standing on the back of a thrashing kraken, and you're not naked, right?
Okay, all right, all right.
And you also are sort of like remembering the day as somebody who watched a TV show about it. You sort
Yeah.
of get the highlights reel of what happened during your day and getting set up in the recovery tent and having kind of a nice chill afternoon
And
and
sound bath.
yeah, yeah. You're aware that Lucretius was here. I think probably at some point she came along and just sort of like checked in on you, like patted you on the shoulder, like,
Yeah.
okay. And you even know, like, you were impelled by your own will to teleport onto the back of the Kraken.
Yeah, I think part of it is that, like, again, I'm a trained soldier, so sometimes part of the perfect day is doing that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's very like half awake, shoving your feet into your boots
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
feeling.
exactly.
Like it's like,
exactly.
oh, the muscle memory is so strong.
Yeah. I hear crashing. I hear there's something like big and threatening out there. I kind of just catch it in the periphery of my senses, and then boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So then we should resume with our noisy crashing encounter in the water. So we have a map available for anyone watching. If you're just listening, don't worry about it. But we have a map so that we know where things are happening. I finally, with Jay's help, managed to do a little bit more preparation here. For anyone looking on, we've got our great big Kraken there. We've got the docks. We've got the circle of wagons, etc. And we're mostly focused in this sort of upper right corner, as this Kraken, for some reason, is thrashing up onto the beach, has just ripped apart the boat that was in dry dock there, and tore it apart. There's skeletons and people and whatever. Like, there's just stuff flying everywhere. There's wreckage. There's that I may impose like random difficult terrain situations depending. I have some like dice rolls things that I'm going to do for that, just because there's stuff flying in the air even, right? These tentacles, it's not really this sort of lobster shaped thing, right? It's just, these are essentially where the tentacles are. It has much more reach. It has about twice as much reach as these currently are. They're like 6 squares long here, but it can reach another 6 squares. So within that is its reach. And I wanted to double check. I don't think this is where we all were on the map. So if each of you could select where you're supposed to be on the map, that would be helpful.
I already did.
Excellent.
Away from the Kraken.
Okay. And you measured that distance works for
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
at
wanna be able
80
to do?
feet right now.
Okay.
And my guidance spell is 120, so.
Okay,
Uh,
great.
I guess I should just be
Ready.
on the other side of the little like.
Oh, that's Jaden's.
No,
That's
that's me. I'm measuring things out.
Oh, okay.
I guess I should be like more like right there,
Okay.
because the tentacle has a hold of me.
You want me to move it?
Jaden is the one that's far down the beach.
Way over
Yeah.
there.
All the way to the left.
Okay. What? Somebody move me.
I was
Oh,
like,
sorry,
nothing else.
wrong one.
No, that. Where? What? Can't see anything.
Then I will move just a bit this way. Because I want to be in the middle of all my friends.
Okay, and I think we left and I was on top of the thing, so.
Perfect.
Cool. Oh, and the let's see, can I now apply? I grouped this, and I think that means I don't get to use the token measuring thing. That's fine. I'm tracking the health. Y'all have done a little over 100 damage to it. And oh, I forgot to roll something last time. It has a regeneration component.
Ooh, of course.
Rude.
Yeah.
Very rude.
It is bloodied though.
Well, it
It was bloodied.
It was.
It probably still is. I don't think it can heal enough to be not bloodied, but let me get another D8. There we go.
I mean, if I can't reach the goal, is it even worth rolling, you know?
Oh, okay. So that's 11 points of healing. It is still bloodied.
Yay.
Mhm.
And we have advantage on its mouth.
Yep.
Excellent.
I'll say.
Best place to have advantage.
Yeah. So it does have sort of one chunk of hit points as a creature, but for instance, there is a threshold at which if you do enough damage in the tentacular region, the tentacles are no longer a functional threat to the fight. All right. So it just depends on how you want to focus your attacks. All right. Also, with the middle parts, it's you're not gonna disable the mouth without killing it, right? Like there's those middle, like the mouth and the rear end regions are core, so they're. I just want you to understand this little sort of like miniature setup I have, so you can make decisions for your tactics and whatnot.
Was it that the tail end had the highest AC?
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
tentacles, what was their deal?
Well, they're. Well, I think they all have about the same AC, but the tentacles can grab you. If they hit with a melee attack, they get a free grab.
Gotcha.
Or grapple, I mean.
Okay.
And so that's Ezthe's situation right now. Is they are grappled, with 1 tentacle. Oh, and each of those on the side is like 4 tentacles, right? There's a bunch of them.
Okay.
Not that you have to do damage to each one, but they're like groups. And I described they're sort of like come out from the side, you know? Like this thing is really a like lobster, squid, you know the Cthulhu version of turducken we always see in November? It's that horrible sort of thing of like crab legs and lobster butt and this horrible turtle mouth inside of another turtle mouth.
Fleshy parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's so good.
Yeah. And probably doesn't even match. Like you all are aware that like, oh, this must be a kraken, but if you've seen kraken before, it didn't really look like this. So, you know, interesting to see what happens here.
Okay.
Okay. So what oh yeah, top of the round makes it Brutus's turn.
Okay, all right.
In absentia, had the best initiative roll.
yeah, that's on brand for a monk.
What would you like to do?
So I think I'm still kind of coming out of the vision, and so I hear Ezthe kind of calling out, grabbed in the tentacle, and what I like when I kind of turn to look, I see you've got a hippo body with the Ezthe head.
Okay.
And you're grabbing one of the fruits and you're crying out because you're struggling to open the fruit.
Oh yeah.
And I start kind of like phasing in and out of like seeing you grabbed by this tentacle and opening this thing. So of course I'm gonna run over and help you out. So is it possible for me to go from where I am on this creature and run along a tentacle and start punching tentacles to kind of like, you know?
Yeah, if you just want to go to like the base of the tentacles,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sure.
That's we don't need a roll for that. If you
All
go
right.
like a couple squares
And
over.
basically, yeah, I'm gonna whatchamacallit, like it's me helping. I'm punching the fruit open for you.
Sure.
Okay. And as I punch the fruit, I start really realizing it ain't fruit.
Yep.
All right. So I'm.
Or there's
going
something
to-
real wrong with it.
There is. Yeah. Exactly.
This fruit seems to be a little rough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my 4 attacks on this. Now, should I roll? You want me to roll them separately or should I roll them together?
Because if you overwhelm the damage threshold for that, is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah.
concerned about?
Actually, hold on. I can only make 3 attacks because I think I don't have my sword. Because why would I have my sword?
Oh yeah, you're probably
Or my dagger.
empty-handed right now.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have taken all your sharp things away.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I'm just barefisting this thing.
Okay.
But
well,
that still lets
yep.
me make 3 attacks if I spend a focus point. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Oh, I also forgot to mention, just since we're at the top of the round, and my players all know, spell points are dead. Long live spell points. It was fun while we tried it. Then it doesn't work. And I can admit when we try something, right, and it doesn't work, it didn't work. So we're going to spell slots. For players, you know how many spell points you had spent at this point. If you would please mark off an equivalent number of spell slots right now.
So, if I was at 0,
Then all of your spell slots are marked. Congratulations, your math is very easy today. Yeah, I mean, you're in the same boat, right?
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations, you're a cantrip caster. Okay, so Brutus, if let's do. Well, let's see. How much is your damage roll?
My damage roll is a D8 plus my
Oh,
bonus, which is plus 3.
You can roll all your attacks.
Okay, all right, awesome.
Yeah.
Here we go. So let's see. For my first attack, I'm gonna hit AC 21.
Does Shadow Monk
No,
have
19.
access to Stunning Strike?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
And we were gonna go for that too.
Okay, great.
That's gonna be 7 points of I'm gonna make it force damage to start, and actually I'm gonna hit my Astral Spark. I'm gonna use one instance of my Astral Spark to add an additional 3, 4, 5, 7. So that's 10 points of force damage.
Total?
Yeah,
The whole
and,
attack? Okay.
Yeah, and then I am gonna spend a focus point to make that, or try to make that, a stunning strike. So please make me a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's like, oh, it's my second best save. Okay.
Keeping my fingers crossed on this one. I figured this ginormous sea creature would
Yeah.
probably have pretty decent cover.
Oh, and a reminder that it is resistant to cold damage. Oh no, yeah, I made it.
Okay, all right.
I made it on the dice.
Okay, no worries, all good. Let's see. My second attack will hit AC 15.
No.
Nope. Okay, and then my third attack will hit AC. Hold on. It's 11. 17.
Yes.
Okay. Damage roll isn't great. That's going to be an additional 4 points
Okay.
of force damage.
Love it. We've now overcome the amount of healing that it just did.
Excellent.
Um,
Fantastic.
Oh, I need to see if it recharged its. Wait, does 24 edition still
wait.
have the like roll a d6 to recharge your ability thing? Yeah.
Wait, did you roll advantage for one of those attacks?
I didn't attack the mouth.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
attacked the center.
Specifically
attacking
trying
the
to like
tentacles, yeah.
disable some of the
I
tentacles.
want to
there.
leave that advantage for a harder hitting attack.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's it for attacks.
That's it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah. So you get in there, you start wailing on this thing. You're like, oh, I really wish I had a bladed weapon right now. It's not really resistant to your punches, but you're just like punching these giant fleshy tentacles. Like, oh, come on, I gotta like break through this somehow. And for one of the hits, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, there's a spot in the joint, like where the tentacle connects to the neck-ish.
Sure.
Right? Or like, oh, I gotta get, oh, now I can't get it. And it keeps like trying to get out of your way.
Yeah.
It's like, ow, no. Don't, yucky. Don't punch me there. And
My
it's,
chiropractor, you are not.
and its tentacle crotch is the,
Crotch?
yeah,
I was thinking it. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it.
yep. Everyone's glad. Everyone loved that.
I'm putting that in a book, sorry.
Can't wait. Okay, so it is now Esthe's turn. Jaden, you're on deck.
Okay.
I am going to cast Lightning Bolt. Oh, wait, first, bonus action, innate sorcery.
Yum.
So I can mark this, and basically, spell DC increases by 1, and I have advantage on the attack rolls of all the sorcerer spells I cast.
Okay.
So
Now I make a saving throw against this though, so you don't have to make an attack roll. For lightning bolt?
yes,
Yeah.
I was like, for innate sorcery, I don't think so.
No.
I think I just get that.
Yeah.
Yes. So for lightning bolt, stroke of lightning forming a 100-foot long, 5-foot wide line, blast out for me in the direction I choose.
Yeah.
I choose through the tentacle that's holding me, through the mouth, and the butt.
Okay. This also will not use up the advantage because it's not an attack roll. So we'll be able to save that for someone who might be able to miss. The lightning bolt is not going to miss. Now I'm not going to make multiple saves, but I am going to make a save at disadvantage, I think, because one, point blank range, you're hitting multiple, zones of this creature and it's in the water. Now, I am also going to ask Brutus. I'm going to have Brutus make a dexterity save.
Sure.
And I'm going to have you make a con save if you want to go through with this.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I think so, because I feel like I trust that Brutus will be able to shimmy. Also, it is only 5 feet wide, so
Yeah. No, this is about the if you taser somebody and you're touching them,
oh, yes.
yeah.
I'm fine with that
Yeah.
because of course everyone will be fine.
Yeah. And it's just because this is kind of a weird situation where we're climbing on top of the monster and we're doing all kinds of weird stuff.
What?
Unlike usual.
It's shocking and dangerous to touch Ezthe.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. You get what you get. Never
way over
without
there.
permission. Okay. So, Jay, what's your dex save?
17.
Yeah. What's your saving? DC?
Con save.
No. Your
Yeah, dex.
spell save DC.
16.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. So you're gonna take 0 damage.
Okay.
All right. And your con save?
9.
Okay.
Wait, no. 9 plus 4 is 13.
Okay. You're gonna take a little bit of damage. All right. Go ahead and roll your lightning bolt. Would you cast it at level 3? Okay. Well, you all don't have level 4 spells yet,
No,
right?
not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. And then 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, and welcome in, Raiders, while we roll all of the lightning bolt dice. And yes, lightning bolt equals fireball in water. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
This is a very interesting spread. Okay, so that's 18, 19, 20. My dice told me I was naughty.
I didn't roll the Kraken's saving throw. It's a dex save?
For lightning bolt, yeah.
Could I do a strength save instead?
Nope.
Oh. Rude. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, it's not, but not with the dex bonus. Nope. So how much damage?
Okay, so
Oh, I was gonna roll with disadvantage anyway.
18, 19, 20.
Oh, does it have legendary saves? That's a good question.
Legendaries. Yeah, I think Krakens do.
Yeah, well, this one I don't think does because it's only a CR 10.
Oh, sure. I
Right,
gotcha.
like I wasn't gonna throw a CR 23 at you all. But 4 level 6s can handle CR 10. That's fine. I mean, probably.
Okay, whatever. So that was, what did I say? 23, 27, 31?
Oh my. Okay. 31 lightning damage. Okay. You all have done 145 damage.
Ooh,
How
How much damage did I take?
juicy.
You're gonna take a quarter of that. Oh no, half.
15.
Boom.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
So wait, how much? You just did 31,
Yes.
right? And then you're gonna pop. Okay, so you take 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Puts me at
you had how many temp left?
5.
So you take 10 out of your real hit points,
Yeah, that's
and then there's a little. I
Little.
don't know. What does it look like when you're the glitter bomb? Is that what we described it as?
it kind of is. It's like it's like a light show,
Yeah.
except whereas Jaden is like very like starlight, da 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 da. This is very like, if you give a child a lot of firecrackers, don't ever do that. It's dangerous.
Yes. Firecrackers and candy.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I
Nice.
have a clear idea of what this looks like. It's like put M80s and Jolly Ranchers into a
What?
bucket.
Mhm.
A
Like you,
mixture.
Yeah.
Mentos and Coke
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
except instead of like cola, it's
Cocaine.
glitter
Yeah.
and like colorful
Shiny
confetti.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this side of the tentacles is destroyed, right? Brutus, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Oh,
for
sure.
me.
Is this for falling?
Yeah.
Can I slow fall?
Well, you're not gonna. This isn't for the falling damage
Oh,
yet.
sure,
This
gotcha.
is to avoid falling.
Okay, let's see. Let's do different dice this time.
Or if your
Oh.
dex save bonus is better than your acrobatics, you can use that.
Let's see. I bet you they're going to be about the same. Nope. Actually, my deck save is better. That's going to be 22.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you just flip off. I'm gonna give you a square of free movement
Sure.
there. Back to there. I moved it. Back to the main body.
Yeah.
As
Perfect.
these tentacles just blow apart into. There's still like several stumps that are like. Like
I mean, basically, it was another 16 damage.
yeah.
Okay.
So that 16, I'm not going to apply to the whole body, but it did contribute to destroying the tentacles. If you because you're not close enough to the main body to apply that. However, that whole side of the attack is gone, so that's good, and you are freed, and you drop into the water, and whereas a kraken might have red or blue or green blood, those sort of different types and different places and whatever is in fact spewing not just black liquid but like blackness,
Ooh.
darkness
Oh no. Okay.
from the stumps.
A good sign.
Definitely haven't seen this before.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Gralen
So-
closes his mouth for the rest. rest of the
Puts
fight.
up the
Amazing.
Jaden, what would you
Yes.
like to do? Oh wait, did you have a move action you wanted to do? Because you used bonus and a standard, so
I think that I'm good for
wait, did
For
you
now.
use the bonus action?
Yep.
No?
innate sorcery.
Oh, innate sorcery. Yeah, that's what it was.
As my bonus.
Okay. Okay. Jaden.
So I still have advantage on the mouth, right?
Yep.
Okay. Want to put a moonbeam in it?
When the moonbeam doesn't require an attack roll.
Oh, it doesn't, does
Yeah.
it?
So you could still moonbeam it, but it would leave the advantage available to someone else, unless you wanted to cast something that requires an attack roll.
You could guiding bolt again.
I could guiding bolt again.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? It worked last time. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Spells. Okay.
Might I suggest a level 3 guiding bolt?
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
do that.
Do you have a level 3 spell
Wait.
slot left?
Yes. Yes, I do. There it is. Okay. So roll with advantage. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My
And
spell-
just to clarify, since we're rolling 2d10, everyone understands advantage is you roll 3 dice
Yes.
and take the better 2. You don't re-roll both dice. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay. Well, that's not great, but crap. That's only 13.
Oh, that's gonna miss.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can I use my does my reaction bonus thing work on myself? My cosmic omen thing?
What is it?
The
Oh, the omen. I
Yeah. I
think
think you should be able
so.
to use
Can
it on
you
yourself.
pull up the
limited
text
use.
on that?
Yeah. Where's that?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of me. I can see myself.
You count.
Yeah. It doesn't say another creature.
No, it just says a creature.
That's great.
I am a creature.
You are.
I can take a reaction roll to add 1d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will use up your reaction though for the round.
That's fine.
So you won't be able to do counter spells or anything.
Okay.
Any other reaction.
It's a 1.
Oh.
Why, Dice? You were so
Oh, wait,
nice
wait,
last
anybody have
time.
hero-
Wait.
Heroic
What
inspiration?
does the text say?
Make if you can use it. Take a reaction to roll 1d6 and add the result to the total.
Oh, a d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, bummer.
The dice
a-
said no.
It's all right. I mean, you would have needed. Yeah, you had a 50-50 chance
Mm.
of making the hit.
It's
so,
fine.
That's
You're
okay.
fired.
Sometimes we miss.
Sometimes we miss. That was very distracting. What just happened?
Yeah. And there's like muck in the air. The like splatter of like, and I think what's so unique about this is like it's raining. It's like 1 a.m. at this point. It's middle of the night, and you can see the blackness of its whatever its substance is
Yeah.
against the darkness of the night. Like it is darker than the night that you're in, right? And it's sort of moving through the air as if it was a splatter of liquid that is not interacting with the rain. It's almost like a bad animation, right? Of like, come on, guys, the rain would be washing this down. Like, no, it's not, right? It's just not interacting with that
Rain's
at all.
just clipping through it.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yikes. So that's just worth noting that there's that.
Okay.
And Ezthe and Brutus, at the start of your turns, you're gonna have a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You'll start your turn in that area. So, okay. Then Jaden, anything else on your turn? Move or bonus? Or, yeah, because you used your reaction.
I'm fine where I am, I think. I don't want
Okay.
to get any closer to that thing.
Jaden's good out here.
Yeah, I'm good over here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, just for verisimilitude, I think the rest of the cast had gone to bed, right?
Mhm.
And so they're in their caravans that are also they're in another world, right? Like they literally they can't hear this fight
Right,
going on
right.
outside. So
Their own
that's
little
why
penny plane.
Tim and Cornelia, nobody's rushing out. They're like, oh yeah, it's night. Oh, okay. Lucretius left. We're all really tired. We're turning in, and So anyway, that's why. Also, I don't want to have 8 million NPCs on the board. A lot of the skeleton folks are running around trying to help, so we have that as well. But this guiding bolt goes into the night.
Yeah.
It sort of leaves a hole through the shadow and just sails away and dissipates.
Womp womp.
Monster, it's your turn.
Does that also use the advantage of the last?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the advantage is used up, unfortunately. And yeah. So monster is going to it only has 2 attacks now. And it is going to attack Brutus and Ezthe.
Okay.
So Brutus trying to grab you. Well, I have to just make an attack roll.
Yeah. AC 16.
Oh. Also, I got doubles. I hit you on the dice. So, double 8s. Oh, you need to know how much damage. I don't know. I've never played this game. Okay, we're going to... Yeah, actually, since we got the grab... Yeah, all right. So we're going to start with the bludgeoning damage.
Okay, sure.
It is 6 plus 7 is 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the target is grappled.
Okay.
This grapple and target is restrained. Kraken has, well, hey, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to replace the second attack. Rather than attacking Ezthe, since I made a successful grab, I'm going to replace that attack with my bite attack.
Sure.
And restrained means I have advantage.
You have advantage, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
Cool.
is it an attack roll?
it is. No advantage.
No advantage. Gralen knocks on his armor and cancels that out.
Have you ever had something on your fork and stabbed yourself in the cheek?
Yeah.
I have. That's why left hand's not allowed to feed me anymore. Left hand can hold a knife or a glass.
Not the fork.
Left hand has stabbed me in the cheek with a fork.
Uh-huh.
That's what not having advantage on eating the food in your hand. Or have you ever bitten your thumb while eating a sandwich?
Oh, sure.
I
sure,
have.
Yeah.
Is this just me? Nobody else?
No, I've done it.
I tend to bite the inside of my mouth. More
Yeah.
than
Oh,
the other.
okay.
Bite your
A little
tongue.
bit
Sure.
of both.
Yeah.
Like
I've never bitten my thumb.
I get eager. This food is getting in my face.
yeah, in my belly.
Flat roll. Uh-oh. What's your AC?
16.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. Okay. Big Titanic monster. I'm on top of it.
Okay. So it grabs you off the top, brings you around to the beak mouth.
Okay.
And now I need you to make a, let's see.
I think actually, just to gild that lily a little bit of the canceled attack, I am going to say that this is a creature within 60 feet of myself, and it succeeded on an attack roll.
Yes.
So I'm going to use my reaction to re-roll. And
That's a
that
thing you can do?
disadvantage.
What? What ability is that?
Silvery barbs.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh,
And you have
spell.
spell
the
slots for that?
classic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Fantastic. So I have to re-roll my attack.
Yep.
Okay.
With disadvantage?
Which basically you re-roll and take a lower.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not exactly how
it's not quite
disadvantage works,
disadvantage,
but
yeah,
that's
but yeah.
fine. I'll just re-roll. That's 11 plus. Oh, it's still it's a
Likely,
22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
of
plus
course.
11 to hit.
so-
Yeah, it's
Well,
ridiculous.
But I'm gonna look at Brutus and say,
We try.
you friend deserve advantage on the next roll that you make.
Okay, that's right. Silvery barbs. Excellent.
So Silvery Barbs gives both things.
So I magically distract the triggering creature, and that moment of uncertainty, where it's like, do I want to try to eat this? Is an opportunity for Brutus.
Okay. Brutus, I'm gonna give you this is the thing that I've sort of customed into this. You're grabbed, you're grappled, restrained. You can choose con or strength save for what's about to happen next.
Okay. A couple of things too. So, am I getting damage from this particular bite?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. So that is all kind of contingent.
It depends on what
the
the save
I
does,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. In that case, let me make that save. And it's advantage on the next attack for silvery barbs, right?
Attack, saving throw.
Oh,
Okay, you can the chosen has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
oh, good.
Okay.
You should
On
do
the
that
next
now.
one, so yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You should.
And it is. I mean, I have to. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
choose. So that's 4, 4, 8, 13. And it's a con save.
Yeah, or con or strength,
Con
whichever
or
one's better.
strength. Okay, all right. 8, 13. That'd be 16.
Oh, good. DC 16.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the good news is you're taking damage.
Okay.
Do you have something that
I'm
reduces
going to
that?
try to deflect that attack. I'm going to spend hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to spend a focus point on that. I am going to try to deflect it.
Okay.
I deflect 17 points of damage.
Oh, hold on. Let me roll the damage for that. So the bite is this again. 11. So I did 18.
18. Okay, so I didn't reduce it to 0. I can't redirect it.
Okay.
But
But reduce
down
it to
to 1.
1.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what happened. This thing was trying to jam you all the way into its mouth. So you resisted the swallow hole attack.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
You did not get swallowed. You got like caught onto the beak.
Sure.
Like, ah! Not going in.
Each tip I'm holding under
Yeah,
the tip.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You like grabbed onto the outside of the beak. Your like feet are holding it open. Your feet and hands, right?
Yeah.
And the tentacle is trying to like jam you in there. And you were like, no, eat the tentacle instead, right? You were like trying to
Sure.
make that happen. It didn't totally work out. So the in between is like the beak is cutting into your hands a little bit.
Okay,
right?
sure,
Like it's
sure,
sharp. You know, the barnacles.
Yeah.
The breath is horrendous. Oh, I totally forgot about his breath attack. That's fine. We'll skip that. Yeah, you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Thanks to Silvery Barbs and your special monk abilities.
Sure, sure.
And you
Okay.
are still grappled, but you're standing holding the beak, the inner beak open, right? There was the beak and then the whole other beak inside of that, right? So you are, just,
Well, the inner one starts to stop. I'm like, ah!
yeah,
That's when I really fully snap into consciousness.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, does everyone have a clear idea of what's happening to
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
him? Okay. That's the monster's attack. He only gets 2 attacks now. And
You're welcome.
yep. And then that one. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and use that as well. Okay. Yep, we're gonna do some lightning bolts. Like it's lightning storm. It's not the wizard's lightning
Sure.
bolt,
Yeah.
but I can target up to 3. So Gralen and Jaden are in range of that. So you both getting a little blasty blast. Each of you, please make a dexterity saving throw.
You said wisdom, right?
Yeah, spelled D-E-X-T.
I'm not including this one?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's not a line or
Sure,
burst.
it's like
It's a just these come striking from the rain, the thundering
16.
sky. 16?
Yes.
That's the DC.
Yes.
Oh, then, so my 12's not enough. Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take half damage.
Fortunately, you're immune to lightning damage, right?
You know, it
Oh,
says
weird.
that right here.
Weird, I didn't remember that aspect of your character. Okay, let's roll low. It's just 3d10. It's fine. Oh, that's not. Oh,
Man, I'm full health. That's okay.
So it's 22. You take 22. You take 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As this just lightning bolts come arcing down out of the sky directly to the two of you.
Rude.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it actually gets to do 3 of these. So I'm also gonna say that one of the skeletons that was trying to help out with stuff just gets blasted apart. It just
Oh.
explodes in a shower of bone shards.
Did you want to take it? I mean, are you doing mercy, or is that how you want to play this?
Well, you can't target 2 people with the same.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Okay. That's monster turn. Gralen.
All right. So, having just tried.
Oh, hold on. Let's see if he did recharge his healing ability. So I have to. That's pretty good. It's 12.
So, having seen us just fail to stop a thing, which is unlike us. Like, it's one thing that I failed. That Ezthe also tried to save Brutus in the same turn, and neither one of us could stop it from happening the way we wanted it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And having this lightning come, Gralen really wants this thing to stop, especially he wants to save Brutus. So he goes into like full on the knees prayer, and then you see his hand start to glow, and then he points directly at the tentacles that are holding Brutus, and it's not really there, but you guys can all see the symbol of Kelemvor glowing and radiating on one part of it, because I've done just one of my channel divinities, and it is Path to the Grave, and I've shown you guys the path to killing this thing. So whoever hits it next, whatever damage you hit it with, it's vulnerable to it and it takes double.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Excellent. I love that. Okay, very cool. That's standard action. You want to move or bonus?
I'm good where I am. I can still help people from here,
Okay.
and I get my reaction back after this because I just did
Yeah,
my
at
turn,
the
right?
end of your turn, yeah.
Perfect.
Or no, you get it at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, so I got it.
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Perfect. Yep. No, I'm good right here.
Okay, cool. Then, all right. Let's go to Brutus.
Okay, well, I don't like where I am. Again, I've kind of like snapped into consciousness inside this thing's mouth. There's an inner mouth trying
Oh
to
yeah,
eat me.
I'm gonna move you over there too. So this is, you're really sort of like between squares, but
Oh wait,
I'll put you there.
it's
Sure.
It's Brutus is in the tentacles. So I picked the tentacles. I thought they were holding.
They are, and
Yeah.
is in the mouth,
Yeah.
right?
It's trying to,
So he's like holding the mouth open and has a
would-
tentacle around his waist.
Okay, so then can I move that to the mouth?
Well,
then
you can just mark the creature.
okay, I'll
Right,
mark the
like
picture.
that's
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay.
If people want to attack the tentacle, they'll have that benefit. If they want to attack the face, they'll have that benefit.
perfect.
Is it like the next attack or
The next attack,
Yeah.
whatever damage it is double.
Yeah.
It's vulnerable. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, let's see. Boy, that's an action. If I want to shadow step, I don't want to shadow step out. But you know what? I think I'm gonna try to at least. I don't have a whole lot of good options here.
I'll tell you what. If you do shadow step,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do a dexterity save to see if I don't chomp my own tentacle.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right.
So that's
So I'm gonna
that's
make
an
like
option.
your thumb to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to do that, you don't have to do
Um,
it. But
No, you know what? I really don't like being in this mouth. I think I'm just gonna panic shadow step out of it.
mhm. Yeah, the stench of rotten fish coming out of this thing's throat is nasty.
I think I do want to stay on top of this thing though. So it's dim light. It's like it's early, in the morning, so it's pretty dim
Well,
everywhere.
yeah, it's
right?
like 2 a.m. I think we 1 or 2 a.m. something like that. It's
Okay.
starlight. I don't think there's
Yeah.
a big moon tonight.
Sure.
Oh, it's cloudy.
Oh,
right?
sure.
It's
Yeah,
raining.
yeah.
It's
There you go.
pouring
Right,
down
yeah,
rain.
it is raining. So okay, I'm gonna shadow step onto the nubs of tentacles, like that area.
Oh, sure.
Kind of where I was before.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be my action.
Shadow step's just a move, isn't it?
Yeah. No. I think it's an action. I think like I actually have to like teleport to do it.
Or bonus action? I mean, I don't think that's a standard action. I'm almost.
Oh, it's a bonus
certain.
action. It's a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, I'm going to do that. I've already used your advantage for the last roll, but actually, shadow stepping, I get advantage on the next attack. So you know what? I'm going to attack it. I'm going to attack it once.
Okay.
Let's do that. I'm gonna send fists out. I see this stuff pouring out of its tentacle nubs, and I'm like, and I see you, Gralen, standing on the shore. I'm like, Longstamp, it's that stuff again. It's that stuff your friend warned me about. And at this point, I'm pretty panicked, so I only get a 9 to hit, which is not gonna do it.
That's not gonna do it.
Oh, your friend says hi, by the way.
My friend?
Yeah, the really attractive one with the hippo body and the scales on its chest.
Gralen is now convinced
And
that
then
Brutus
it's
is
shouting.
still that Brutus is still high off his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, my
It's-
friend.
it's thrashing
Yeah.
and the wreckage of wood and ships, the rain pouring down, and then shouting to each other across the.
Yeah. Deal with it later.
Okay.
Sure, bud.
Yeah.
I forgot I rolled with advantage, but I still rolled low enough that I'm not gonna hit. So, okay, I'm up there. I'm beating on this thing. Yeah.
Okay. But then that probably doesn't use up the double damage.
It has to hit. It has to take damage.
Okay. Cool. All right. That takes us to Ezthe.
Okay. I am going to.
Oh, I have to do my dex save that I promised to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Chomp yourself.
No.
Chomp yourself before you romp yourself.
I mean, whatever you're into.
Something.
Dex save of 7 is probably not going to save. I'm gonna just apply his own bite attack. Yep. Stop biting yourself. Yo,
Did you max out? Did you max damage?
no, but he still just do like 20 damage.
Amazing.
Hey, all right.
I'm gonna reduce it a little bit because it's to 1 tentacle and but still, there's a significant amount of damage. He just chopped one of them off.
Okay.
All right, he's got 3 other tentacles on that side, but yeah. Wait, I'm delicious. All right,
Amazing.
so let's see.
Okay, so I am going to. F it. Cast. I'm gonna quicken. So if I quicken Chromatic Orb, I can still cast a cantrip.
Yes.
Great. So I am going to quicken Chromatic Orb with my fancy schmancy sorcery points.
Sure.
And since I've still got that, that is attack
Are you attacking the face essentially?
+7. Great. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that Brutus is out of the way, I
Yeah.
can just blast it straight in the face.
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. 2 sets of dice, 2 10s, 2 separate sets of dice. But that's a 16 + 7. 23?
To hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, great. So that's gonna be then 6d8 acid damage. So that's 3d8. This just rolled it for me, so that's fine. 18 plus another
3d8 for the double. Yeah.
Plus 11? 29.
29.
In the face.
Wait a minute. What's that number again? 29? Okay, I'm still up.
Okay.
Did you count that it's now vulnerable to acid damage?
That was the doubling, right?
I doubled it.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
So then.
Oh, you double the rolls. You don't just double the number.
No, you double the dice.
Ah, learn something new every day.
Now, when we crit, I do maximum
Right.
one part and then roll the second.
When it said doubled, my brain immediately was like, oh, roll once, double the number. I don't
Yeah,
understand double
but
the dice.
that could be really punishing
That-
too,
yes, it
right?
could
Like
be.
it could be awesome or it could be punishing. Like, I rolled 3.
Right.
Dang it.
Just learning.
And then I'm gonna roll up and cast Sorcerer's Bolt. Sorcerer's Burst.
Oh, the cantrip burst.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Okay. The attack roll.
Yup. And I am going to roll up on the face at this point as well. And that is 14 plus 7 is 24.
It is not possible for you to roll low enough damage. So, what does this look like?
Like, standing in the like weird wreckage, shadowy business.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've seen
Ankle deep water. Yeah.
just like has exploded. Things are weirdly like wispy coming off of them.
Mhm.
Like little flecks of like you know how like when a campfire is burning, you get these
Yeah.
little like burning
Mhm.
embers and
Sparks,
whatever.
yeah.
So there's little like just sparks floating around, and like it's like looking at it's like you get no more. No chompies for
Yeah.
you. And just like hurls like one arm goes with the chromatic orb, then goes in to draw the rapier as the other arm comes around
Mm-hmm.
and spews out a sorcerer's burst and is like ready to also skewer it
Mm-hmm.
because like it's all like running. It's like, I'm gonna get you, and then I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. You're like winding up for the follow through.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. You swing all the way through, no matter what, right?
That is what I was taught. Is that
Um,
you always have to be ready for the follow-up.
Okay. So it seems like a few people were clued in out of character to what might happen next. I would like you all to roll
Oh boy.
Arcana or History or a Wisdom save,
Oh, wait.
That would be nice.
whichever one's highest.
Whichever one's highest.
Yeah, Arcana, History, or Wisdom save. Yeah, I think any of those are good.
12.
No.
This
21.
was a 28, and I crit.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Well, yeah, go ahead.
13.
Okay. So then, actually, with the crit, I'm gonna give it to everyone. You're able. Also, like I think out of character, you picked up on this really quickly.
I
You
picked up on
able
it
to-
before you said it.
Yeah. You could shout a warning about the like keeping your mouth covered, right? And as this thing expires, it sort of like deflates a little bit and then explodes, right? Not in a damaging way. Well, actually, Brutus, I need you to make a saving throw.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dex
Oh,
save.
this is falling though, so it's
This is-
versus
okay.
falling damage. You get flung over to here.
Okay, let's see. I got a 14
Oh, then yeah, you're not
to
gonna
save.
take damage.
Okay, all right, awesome.
You save. Okay, now Ezthe and Brutus and I think Gralen is close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. The three of you need to make dexterity saving
Okay.
throws. Jaden, good job.
Team way over here.
Yep,
Oh,
you're out of the blast radius.
19 on the dice.
Okay, yeah.
You stop making me do dex saves.
No,
That's, last time was 12. This time is 11, which I'm sure is enough.
I got double ones.
Oh,
no.
So I'm getting an 8.
Oh no!
thank you.
Oh no!
Oh no.
We're in this together, buddy.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
We're-
Um.
I've got enough hit points to take any damage, at least, I think.
So as you you realize, with the warning and your own thoughts of like, oh, right, yes, I know what this is. Right away, you don't have to roll anything. You're like, "Oop," like what do you do to like cover your face?
I feel like there's a moment where like it's like, okay, and now, oh yeah, and takes like part of my hood. And
Just like spin it, like
yeah, like
yeah.
like spinning it around
Yeah.
like a full deflection.
Yeah.
And someone's gonna have to clean that later, and it's probably not gonna be me.
No. Okay, so you managed to cover your mouth. You two, now I need you to make con saves.
Okay.
I crit earlier.
Yeah, and you
Earlier.
saved everyone.
Bestie, you saved me, and I'll never forget.
Okay, that's a good roll. 19?
14.
That's great. Yeah, it's DC 14.
Oh,
So,
okay. All
yeah,
right. So
you got it.
just made it. Okay.
Yeah.
Slid under. Okay.
You get splattered with some of this, spiritual darkness, but you manage to push through that initial, the like cold that just chills into your bones.
Mhm.
Your breath catches, and you just mentally push it out of your body, right? And resist that the influence it was going to have over you.
I think you guys hear Gralen go. Not again!
Oh yeah, careful with the yeah. Yes. So yeah, the beach now looks a little like an oil spill site. It's dissipating,
Okay.
but
all right.
it's going to take some hours, right? But yeah, still notable that it's like sort of like on its own liquid animation, separate from the ocean, and it's like moving across the beach a little bit.
Huh.
Again, sort of like a rocky beach. The wreckage of the galleon that was torn apart is floating in pieces. Parts of the deck, the dock that you landed on, Brutus, are cracked and broken.
Yeah.
The pylons, the pillars are, this is going to take a lot to repair this.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, this is you've essentially, well, anyway, you solved the shadow kraken.
Can I do a quick look around to see if I see? Like, I don't know why that exact ship would be back, but like last time we saw a creature like this, somebody summoned it.
Mhm.
Can I like quick peek around to see if I can, even better, can I check out the orb and see if I'm picking up anything?
There we go.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
just like around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the let's make a investigation check with advantage.
Investigation with advantage. Okay, there we go. There's that is on the list. Oh, I crit.
Yeah?
Yeah, 19 on the die.
Oh, hell yeah.
Plus 1, so 30-20.
Okay. There is something out in the water that is magical in nature and seems related to this. It is like like if you were to go down into the water, it's like underwater. Is what I was trying to say. And probably just 100 feet off the beach.
Okay.
So what, 20 squares or so off the map.
Okay.
And we don't need the map for right now. If you want to go back to our big faces.
No? Okay.
So I would tell you guys, I'm seeing some source for the magic for that creature. Like last time it was summoned, I'm feeling something just off the shore under the water.
Where am I? I'm on the dock. Should I go after it?
I'm not gonna lie, it would probably be better, but I'm very tired.
I thunder around. I got a bunch of sleep yesterday, so I was in fun
Yeah,
times
you're
yesterday.
very well rested.
Yeah. So I'm going to like thunder down the dock, the length of the dock. I ask for you to point to where it is. Like,
Can I play that? I do my channel divinity again and mark
Sure,
it.
yeah.
I mark it with my channel divinity
Okay.
so you could see a glow on it.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, and I dive into the water and I start like swimming.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go after you
Okay.
because can't go alone, and also this cloak needs some cleaning.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Fair.
Now the hippo, you don't have water breathing, right?
I don't have water
Yeah, you
breathing,
just-
but I think I can hold my breath.
I'm sure you can.
Uh,
Yeah.
As we go, I'm gonna cast heroism on myself.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Get a little bit of temporary hit points.
Yeah, as a second.
Does that help you breathe underwater?
No,
Oh.
but it gives temporary hit points back, so they have their AC boost and the all the
Oh.
a bunch of the martial sorcerer's powers shut down when you don't have any temporary hit points.
Oh.
It's not very nice.
Yeah, all right. No, I don't have like any kind of water breathing. But I have a con of. Whoa, that's weird. Oh wow, interesting. Doesn't show my con score anymore.
Mm.
Oh no, it's. I was looking at saving throws. I have a con of 16, so I can hold my breath for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to consider it a huge problem yet. Let's. Let me just look up in D&D Beyond, like diving, because it's in a fair amount of deep water.
Sure.
These are all monsters.
That's a tiefling, right?
Mhm.
Can tieflings swim? Is that a...
I mean, I can't not swim.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can, could try to swim.
Like, I'm not like
Gotcha.
super proficient at swimming, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not.
I was wondering about the confidence, but it's just typical Ezthe confidence.
Yes,
So just like 100 foot of water, dive in there. I got this.
I go. I
Okay.
go. It's fine.
I was wondering if there was like something I didn't know about. That's just Ezthe. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, if Brutus is going, I'm going.
Sure.
Like,
Okay.
because obviously.
I'm not. I can't find this right away. But all right. So the two of you go diving into the water, and the it is pitch black. It's very dark under the water in the night with no stars or moon. Now I think Ezthe has dark vision.
Yep.
Do you?
I have dark vision
Oh,
as
you
a
both have
shadow
dark
monk.
vision.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I do actually have a swimming speed.
Yeah.
So I can swim 45 feet.
Okay.
Basically, Ezthe, you'd be moving at half speed.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like attack stipulations and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not a problem yet.
Okay, fair.
But you pull ahead. You swim down to where roughly now you weren't able to mark it exactly because you're like it's a thing here, right? But there's
Right.
this like whoop, this beam of light that's approximately where you're supposed to be. So I'm gonna have since you get there first, Brutus, please roll investigation with advantage.
Okay. Okay, with advantage, that's not going to be great. It's only going to be 12.
Okay.
Not the sharpest stick in the in stuff.
Because I cast this as a second level slot, you also have heroism.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
Fantastic.
right.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
So you get what, like 10 temporary
Yeah,
hit points
10
and
hit
immune to
points.
fear.
It is immune to frightened, and its temporary hit points equal to the spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Which
at the
is-
start of your turn, you get 4.
But I
Four,
think it's more if you upcast it.
Higher level gives me more targets.
Oh, okay.
But 4
Cool.
to start is good.
But it really is like every time.
Yeah.
You gain 4. So,
Yeah. Each round.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you dive down. You know you're in the right area. It's just going to take a second to find it.
Yeah.
So that means we've got a turn of holding your breath. I'm trying to find the hold your breath rules. And
Oh, it's under suffocating.
oh, suffocating. Thank you. Let's. I mean, we might as well do it right. Let's see.
Check the rules glossary.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Under
Jason following rules?
Hey, look.
What crazy world did I step
Some of them
into?
are okay. Okay, looks like they're all under 2014 rules, but that's fine.
I can hold my breath a number of minutes equal to 1 plus my con modifier, so that's 4 minutes before
Oh,
suffocation.
okay. Then we don't have to do anything with that. And what's Ezthe's con modifier?
1.
Okay. So then you've got 2 minutes, which is 20 combat rounds.
I was like, it's a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then I'm not going to worry about rolling dice for all this. You get down there and find a little. It's the reason why it's so hard to find is it's a black orb
Oh,
in. It's like
oh,
a pearl about a double human fist size.
Sure.
You know.
size of a softball.
Yeah, softball size is sort of half buried in the sand. You know the mud at the bottom of the bay, and yeah, you get down there and kind of come up with it just as Esthe's catching up, and it doesn't seem like there's anything else in the water. There's no Sahagin coming screaming out of the deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Before I grab it, can I have Faithful kind of wrap around my hand?
Mhm.
Okay, and I'll grab it with Faithful in my hand.
Okay.
And so we're swimming out in the water, and I kind of like raise it up above my head, and I show it to you like, I think this was what was giving us trouble back there. Do you recognize it?
Out of character, does it look like my orb when I see it?
Not really.
Okay.
It's about the same size,
Okay.
right? But yours is perfectly clear. You know, like looking into glass.
No, I meant like how mine looked before.
Oh, well, yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Well, fast forward to everybody on
Yeah,
the shore,
yeah.
right? You bring it back in.
Sure, yeah.
I think something you maybe didn't notice right away, and actually you probably would have noticed right away. It is heavier than you expected.
Oh,
to be,
sure, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, you know, a pearl this size is probably a couple pounds, but
Yeah.
this is like 20 pounds.
Feels like metal or like a
Yeah.
piece of weight.
Yeah, like a cannonball.
Like a dumbbell.
Yeah.
Dumbbell.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Do you want me to burn it?
That's what. Yeah. Should we destroy it?
Not quite. I think so. This was the same stuff that was on me from the first giant squid thing. Also, I'm beginning to hate sea creatures. And Kellenvor took it off of me and turned it into an orb like that.
That was your friend's name, Gollum. He says hello.
He said, "You what? What?
I didn't realize your friend was a part Giff or something.
He's what now?
Which one?
You had a good trip, didn't you, buddy?"
I mean, sure, it was a nice little swim. Yeah.
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 Yeah. We'll talk about it later. It's
Okay,
okay.
I'd love to take you on that trip one of these days.
Yeah, we should do that. We should
Okay,
do that.
all right.
It'd be fun.
So
Do you want
He's going on the
this?
trip.
no.
Okay.
But no,
Yeah.
he. No, Mishra actually did.
Mr.
Mishra did it. Yeah. Mishra cleansed it and made this one, and that's how I'll pull out
Oh,
a clear version.
Mhm.
I'm assuming also lighter version of that, right? And I think whoever's doing that is who I'm supposed to be getting after. But I also
So when you pull out your orb, right?
Mhm.
You get a little, like, it's a very soft pulse of light, like a little glow. You might not have noticed it, except it's pitch black out here. It's
Right.
the middle of the night and it's raining and whatever. You get like, as he brings it closer to you, and you know right away the darker orb would qualify as a material link, which, you know, I mentioned if you had something of, so if you had someone's property,
Mhm.
your orb would be way more effective
Gotcha.
at finding it, but you would have to hold it.
It seems like it wants to communicate. It might be helpful if I take it, but just 1 second. Just And like Gralen
Okay.
turns away. Deep prayer.
Mhm.
Deep prayer, like, please protect me. I don't want to meet any more other gods. I don't want to go any more mystical journeys. I just let me do the one mission that I have so that I can get this done with and go back to just gallivanting through the universe with my friends. Thank you. Okay.
Hold on. A familiar voice enters your mind
Oh, okay.
and says, "You don't even want to meet with me, your lord?"
I said other. I
Oh,
used
oh,
the word
oh.
other.
Oh, okay.
Other.
All right.
I am great with meeting him.
Okay.
I met Mistra. That was enough
Okay.
of the gods for me, because apparently it comes with work.
Okay.
And
Favors.
I'll retcon that. He says, "You don't want to meet with Mistra again?"
I mean, I assume I will have to tell her at some point that I did the job.
Did she wrong you?
No, she did not wrong me. This is all very much over my head, and I'm just trying to do a good job. And I'm very focused on making sure that I do not anger anyone of you all's status and power.
Do you think I would pick you as one of my chosen if I thought it was likely that you would anger the gods or fail in such spectacular fashion as to disappoint me?
No, it is just my insecurities and fears that I am working on. I will do my best.
Know that I know you are capable.
You don't have to give me inspiration. I give me inspiration. And it doesn't have any function, but Gralen is on top of the world. Like, single tier?
Mm.
Single tier. Yes, my lord.
And if you doubt that, you doubt me.
Never. Give me the orb. So, yeah.
Okay.
Gralen takes the orb and tries to use it to maybe get some more information or pinpoint where I'm supposed to go next.
Okay, so you take this, and it's probably more proper to call it a pearl, right? Because it's a little bit, I don't know if you've seen a raw pearl before. They're not smooth. They're kind of lumpy, and you can see the layers sometimes, and like it is spherical, right? But it has texture to it. There's
Like
grooves.
imperfections and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, grooves and lumps, and as you turn it, even in the dim light that we have here, it looks like an oil slick, right? Like gasoline on in a puddle, but solid, right? It feels a little slippery, a little slimy. I'm using air quotes, but but your hand is not slimy afterwards, right?
Right.
Like it's.
Did you warn me that it was heavy? 'Cause
No,
you're
I don't
stronger
think I
than me.
did. No.
Actually, not much. You're
Yeah.
about the same strength.
Yeah. I'm not super strong. I'm more dexterous than I am.
Oh,
strong.
wow.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He just has leverage.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it doesn't occur to me to warn you that it's heavier than that.
Yeah, 20 pounds in a surprise is a lot.
In one hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because your glass orb feels like however much that much glass would weigh. Right. It's like a substantial weight, but it's a few pounds.
And I saw when mine was shadowy, but it wasn't in my hands yet.
No.
It was handed to me.
She took it off of you and then purified it and
handed it to me.
Yeah.
I would say that if you flinch a little bit, I will try to catch you.
Gotcha.
You know, I don't let you.
Yeah, we have this
fall or
moment of it
drop
almost
yeah.
fell, but that's okay. We
Yep.
got it.
Okay.
We got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so when you grab onto it, it's you can feel that it wants to spread out, right? It like wants to infect you, right? But you have stopped it from doing that.
Okay.
You also know it was a very good thing that he picked it up with using Faithful and didn't touch it with his.
That's what I was going to say. It's the same thing that Faithful is made of, right? Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's not. Actually, I'm going to give you that for free.
okay.
It's not the same thing, but Faithful was an effective insulator
Okay.
because they're not the same.
Okay.
So, this is a coalesced physical chunk of the Shadow Weave. which, and I think in your studies as a cleric of Kellenborg, like the little talk that Brutus got in Brutus language is something that you're familiar with, right? Like people conflate the Shadowfell and the Shadow Weave, right? They're like, well, if it's about death, it must be evil, right? And there are some death gods who suck, right? But they're about murder, right? This Kellenborg is about, like, sometimes, you know, all things in their season, you know, the circle of you know, like, he's not opposed to life, and he's not about killing. Some people need killing, but that's neither here nor there as far as he's concerned, right? But yeah, that's
okay.
So yeah, you have access to this. You know, anybody who has not devoted themselves to Kellenborg should probably not hold this.
Right. And as far as it helping me with my orb, is something that happens right now, or it's something I need to work on?
It's something what you realize, like, okay, now that I have a physical component, I need to set up a little bit of a ritual. Right? A ritual takes at least 10 minutes to get going. Actually, I'm just gonna say this is an hour-long ritual.
Gotcha.
To, like, get these two things, sort of like lining up two lenses, right? Of like, okay, how do I, you know, and you gotta do some circles and whatever, some magic bullshit.
Gotcha. So I would say to everybody before I put it away, like, this thing is very dangerous to be touched. No one should touch this but me.
Is Brutus gonna be okay?
His devoted kept him safe. It would have been bad if not for that.
Oh, this is why I have to take care of you.
It sits there. I need to flash back to your scene on the river a little bit.
Oh, sure.
I forgot something in my notes that I was going to have Kellenborg say. So he makes this point of, you know, trying to explain the difference between the Shadowfell and Shadow Weave to somebody who, like, is profoundly uneducated in magic, right? Of, like, magical theory. Not that Brutus is a doofus, but, like, you haven't studied magic.
I've not. Really. It's just not really part of my world.
Right. So he explains that that's the difference, and he explains, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here, that your shadow step is a fine and good thing to do because you're simply stepping through his realm. All right. So a little like Nightcrawler.
Sure.
You know, you Jay, know Nightcrawler, right? Yeah. In his case, he's going through hell.
Yeah.
But, you know, for you, it's the Shadowfell is always available, right? That there is this in between realm that is essentially limbo, is how I treat it. Not exactly D&D canon, but that's how I like to do it. And because you are able to traverse that space, he is inviting you, and you don't have to make a decision right away, but he's basically inviting you to become what he calls psychopomp.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, he would explain, like, I imagine Brutus maybe isn't familiar with psychopomp.
Yeah, not particularly.
But like, he is inviting Brutus to consider becoming like an ambassador, right? And that most people, when they pass away, go to where they need to be, or even end up in limbo, which is where they need to be.
Yeah.
They end up there on their own. But sometimes folks get stuck, right? Yeah. And they need a little help, at least getting to limbo and then figuring out where they need to be. Yeah. And Kellenborg needs agents in the, realm to sometimes help with that and be in the right place at the right time.
Hence the Doom Guides, Yeah, okay. I don't think I would know the term Doom Guide, but we'll take care of it. We'll figure that out later. Yeah. Okay.
And so he's just saying, I'd please take a cycle of the moon to think about it and let me know.
Okay. I think I understand it's a big deal,
Mhm.
but I don't understand exactly why.
Yeah, you probably need to
So,
get some
yeah.
extra context from your
Okay.
friends.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, exactly.
Okay. So,
Huh.
that is that's our scene. Anything we need to establish in the wreckage of this fight?
Oh, what happened to that skeleton? Is it just dead?
Well, one of them is. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, he got
buddy.
a casualty.
Yeah, okay.
Not to mention all the ones that were like working on the ship in the middle
There
of the
were
night because they
others,
don't
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah,
They lost
okay.
about a dozen people.
Oof.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
so-
need healing? Is anybody like injured?
I don't.
I am hurt, but because the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
honestly, more than anything, Gralen is very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point we're going to be able to finally have the long rest.
Yeah,
Yay.
okay.
Right? So let's hit long rests on your character sheet. And it should give you all your hit points, all your spell slots, everything ever back. Ezthe, you'll have to manually give yourself I think it's 19 temporary hit points.
Let's
Oh. It's like my HP went down. I forgot I cast Aid forever ago, so all of my HPs are up.
Oh, same. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, before the first fight, I cast Aid on everybody.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Yeah, the other things to note. So my AC doesn't change with the temporary hit points.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to manually keep track of that.
Yes, it's just for me to remember and you to remember that between all of us at the table, someone will remember.
Yeah. I think it's set to the AC you have when you have temporary hit points, and then you're basically at a minus when you don't.
Yeah.
But when would you ever get attacked and not have temporary hit points? It's hard to imagine that being
yeah,
a situation.
absolutely, yeah.
Um,
Never gonna happen.
Never, no one would ever.
So,
Okay.
Well,
You
when
would
is
do
it?
that.
So when skeletons die, skeletons rise up from the grave to take their place. How long does
Yes.
that take? Just out of curiosity.
It
is it like an
takes,
instant thing, or is it like a?
I don't know that I'd established that yet. It's part of what I want to put into that source book idea.
Yeah.
Is it the same? Like, is personality, memory, like, are things like that preserved? Because now I'm digging into the lore. It's super cool.
Yeah. Well, when we meet some of the ones who come up,
Mm-hmm.
we'll answer that.
All right.
Cool.
Excellent.
I like that.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So the skeletons go down, but then they come back up.
Well, the shards, the bone shards all over the place here are just left, right? They allow them to wash into the ocean, and no one's concerned about trying to preserve it.
Because new skeletons are coming.
Yes.
But then what about the other people?
Oh, the human beings? Yeah. The meat people who, there's like 3 who need to be buried,
Oh.
and they need to be buried in the town cemetery. And then there's a chance that they'll come back.
Oh.
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 Neat.
I don't
Oh.
think this swappy thing is gonna work.
The what?
Why not? Oh, well, they won't need their.
Yeah, but
right?
it's the whole head over there.
Oh, that's true.
I'm not gonna. This is lore that is to be discovered. So
Yeah.
No, it's just the moment that we're having right now. I
Yeah,
feel like,
yeah.
like
Wait,
totally like
I don't even follow what you just said. Which
they wanted to set up a situation where the brine folks, when a meat sack died, that they might send if that person was willing, send their head over to the Illithid colony.
There we go. Yes. Okay.
To
Yeah.
the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but if there's a chance.
Right.
Well, I guess it depends on a number of factors. How fresh the seeds need to be for the farm versus how long does it take to figure out whether the person's going to come back or not. Also, if they would even be willing to consider it.
Yeah. That sounds like a really complicated long-term problem.
That sounds like a future problem.
Okay.
Future Gralen can worry about it.
Very good.
Gralen is just amazed at how sort of liberal and progressive the grave and the place of the grave is in this place. Right? Like it's usually one directional. It's usually a lot more definite. He's like, oh, this is a unique and in a way where he would normally be suspicious and concerned.
Reasonably so,
but
yeah.
the fact that like we've already stamped this as a place that Kellenborg puts a stamp on, he's just like, this is just like,
and they're sad about the people who were destroyed, but it's more like, oh no, the meat sacks were in pain, you know, and that's sad, but we'll put them in the ground and we'll probably see them again at some point, and they feel the same way. You know, you just hear them talking about like, oh no, we don't have to collect those bones, it's fine, you know. Well, they might turn up later. We'll see. And they say they might turn up tomorrow is the language they're using.
huh,
Okay.
all right.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, we do have a performance tomorrow, so we're at least here one more day.
It'll be good to see if they come back
Yeah.
and how.
Actually, so this is the next morning, right?
We can, yeah.
I do have something I wanted. I only need
Sure.
4 hours of meditation time
Okay,
instead of
trans.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna go take a look at that butt orb from the whale.
Yeah.
Try and see if I can figure out what it does.
Yeah. Let's do. Let's see. I think we were doing a skill challenge about that, right?
Were we?
Oh, I don't think we started it. I had a plan to do a skill challenge for
Okay.
it.
Sweet.
So each roll is an hour, right?
Okay.
That you'll need to devote. So you have to take your 4 hours of rest, and then
Sure.
you've got another 4 hours while everyone else is working. So you'll have 4 rolls available to you.
Okay.
All right. And then I have a number here of like the number of successes you need to get. That's not where it is. Hold on. Open up my drive notes.
I'm the opposite of you. Like, Gralen's so sorry he doesn't even take his armor off. He just sinks into the
You just did
bed.
this bank.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, you got just thunk, and it just rolls off the bed and
Well,
armor.
Dion, you have to take
Okay.
your armor off, or you'll take a point of
That's true,
exhaustion
exhaustion,
for
'cause you can't
sleeping in
rest
your
on
armor.
That's actually a rule?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so
That's-
funny.
That is,
Just an armor.
I know a lot of this is like nitpicky and pedantic, but like that is the most pedantic rule I've heard. Yeah.
I know. But well, you managed to get your armor off, and
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, so butt orb notes.
Mhm.
Look,
Nope, doesn't sound like a porn folder at all.
nope.
Everything's normal in here. Don't look in here.
You know, just don't search butt orb. They have search on it.
Okay, so unlike a regular skill challenge, it's not like you have to get the number of successes before 3 failures.
Okay.
But if you get a crit fail, it resets the successes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want that.
So that's, if you get 2, 3, 4 on the dice,
Uh-huh.
then we reset. But let's
Okay.
make your first roll.
I have to pick something to roll,
Uh,
or do you want me to roll something
you
specific?
can, let's see, Arcana, easy, Nature, I would accept.
Okay.
And you feel free to pitch something else if you want.
Let's go with nature. I like nature.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Also, if you crit fail on a skill, you can't use that skill again for this.
Okay.
Duration of the skill challenge.
Yeah. And if you get a crit success, you get 2 successes.
Great. Okay. Let's go nature.
Yeah. Just roll 10s.
Easy.
Well, it heard you say roll 10
Oh.
and did that, but I have a +7, so that's 17.
No, okay, that's a hit. Yeah. You've got 1 out of the amount that I'm not going to reveal.
Okay.
I almost said it out loud. You got 1 out of. Oh.
The amount.
Yes.
Good.
A number.
Good catch. Okay.
I like this kind of.
Do I have to
secret.
pick a different skill, or
No.
can I roll nature again?
Yeah, just if you crit fail nature, then you can't use it.
Okay.
anymore.
It's definitely one out of two.
Okay, that's crooked. That was not better. Dice, you're doing a bad job today. Okay, that's 13.
I put DC 14, but it actually makes me like I think that's too high. I'm gonna change it to DC 14. 13.
Okay.
So it's now officially DC 13. I'm not gonna lower it again.
That's fair. So that is a success, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you now have 2 out of X.
Okay. So I can still keep using nature.
I can't help but feel like you almost said the number again.
No, not that time.
Okay. That is an 18.
On the dice?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not on the dice.
Yeah. Okay, you have 3.
My dice aren't being that nice today. They were real nice last time, so now they're grumpy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said 2, 3, or 4. You meant
They're
on the
tired.
rolls.
On the dice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 14 on the dice, so 21.
Yeah. You
Okay.
have 4 successes. You're not quite done, but you know you're closing in on the answer.
Okay.
And whenever you like, if we set up doing something you want to spend an hour studying, that's fine,
Okay.
right? You just go into your cabin and spend an hour doing that. But that's what we do while everyone's resting, and then we're up and we're getting breakfast, and we're what's
No, for the first time in forever, Gralen's sleeping in. Not like him. Gralen's sleeping in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll wake up around lunch.
Yeah. I think Rosemary probably comes along, and I keep getting the sisters mixed up. Siblings, I should say.
Rosemary, Tim, and Sage.
It's Rosemary, Sage, and Tim, I think, is the age order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're alphabetical.
Oh yeah.
That's how I'll remember.
RST.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, Rosemary, the eldest, is the cook.
Mhm.
Sage is the primarily sex worker, is
Mhm.
what she likes to do, or they like to do. And Tim is our stagehand extraordinaire. And barbarian, we discovered.
And wrestling aficionado.
Mhm. Okay, so the the morning is I think Gralen, you have frequently been the first one up.
Yeah.
This is a troupe
typical.
of performers. We get up at 10, 11, maybe. Who knows?
Like Graden is typically up with sunrise. And
Right.
doesn't understand why you guys, consider 10 a.m. breakfast
Uh-huh.
until today.
Yeah. And so I think Rosemary probably comes along. I think we would have checked in with. Are any of you out of your rooms by 10?
I am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm up. I got a good amount of rest, and after kind of recuperating from the fight, yeah, I'm up pretty early.
Okay. So Rosemary comes by, wherever you're sort of sitting on the living area,
Mhm.
inside the wagon, right? The
Mhm.
the extra spatial,
Yeah.
whatever.
Sort of a little common space where
Yeah.
I carved out my little.
She brings by like a low bowl, like a shallow bowl of there's a bunch of like eggs and potatoes and just all kinds of stuff in there. Hot sauce is readily available
Sure.
in this crew. I'm a hot sauce person. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, we don't go without. But the so she
the D&D equivalent of Fly by Jane.
yeah. So she hands you that and says, have you seen Gralen this morning? Normally he's in to have breakfast by now.
Oh, I haven't seen Longstamp this morning, not yet.
Okay.
Last time I think they were just in their room. They were pretty tuckered out.
Oh, well, I'll go check on him, make sure he's not sick or something.
Okay.
And she had like handed you a shallow bowl and had another one like clearly looking for someone to give this to.
Yeah.
And I should say it's got like little specks of cheese in it, some actually like rosemary and oregano. It's got like all kinds of stuff in there, and then you
I
can.
want this breakfast now.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, I'm hungry.
I know, I was like, I'm so hungry now. Stop making it worse.
It's like feta and it's like, oh god. Okay. Anyway,
Cheese.
but you don't like cheese?
Incredibly lactose intolerant.
Oh, okay.
no.
Which has given me the space
Yeah.
to have a philosophical reason to hate cheese. I'm not going to get into it today.
Okay.
But cheese is disgusting, mentally and actually.
Okay. Well,
Fight me.
that's fine. We can.
More cheese for us.
Yeah, exactly. My lactose intolerance hasn't extended past like milk and ice cream yet, and I'm just like crossing my fingers, like let's just stop. And that's only happened as I got older. Like I hit 40, and I was like, "Fuck you, ice cream!" Like no,
Come back to me.
Yeah.
I
lactose-free ice cream has saved my life.
Yeah.
seriously, it's
Just
so
have
good.
sherbet and sorbet.
It doesn't have the.
Why I want to
creaminess.
eat sadness with a spoon?
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Now that's
Oh.
This
That
is
is a
becoming a
problem
very
with what you're
different
buying.
fantasy combat game.
this is a problem with the.
Oh,
the,
actually,
what you're buying.
sorry. I don't have a problem with sorbet. I have a problem with frozen yogurt, and I got in my head about
Oh, okay.
frozen yogurt. Yeah. I love sorbet. Yeah.
But yeah, when you want creamy, but milk makes your tum tum hurt, lactose-free ice cream is the winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never had it, so gotta try it.
Yeah. You can, next time you come over, you can have a bite, see what you think. Okay. So there's a knock at your door. It's a little after 10.
Hello?
I do like the idea that like your armor is like a trail
Yeah.
that leads to your bed,
100%.
and you've got your like what do you wear like a nightshirt? Do you just go in your underwear? Like what?
I like to imagine because like
I'm gonna get everybody naked before we're done.
I was gonna
So,
say, not really a fashion person. Like I haven't lived a life where I would even understand fashion. So because I lived most of my social life in a temple learning about Kelemvor, it's probably some like religious coded, like I'm wearing like a more like priestly robe underneath
sure.
it, right? Because like I don't know anything else, and so yeah, it's just like probably what to someone human sized would look like a black cotton T-shirt, but because I'm my size,
Yeah.
it fits on me like this,
tunic,
like a tunic.
Yeah.
knee
And-
length.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and just a line of brassy armor headed to the bed, and Gralen is. My upper half is on the bed, and like both my feet are just off the bed.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
collapsed there. Yeah,
Tiny bed.
yeah, tiny. I'm not 4 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not that small.
You're pretty small. That's okay. That's not a denigration. But
It's
yeah,
fine.
It's fine.
there's a knock on the door, and there's a pause, and you realize, oh, that's the second time someone's knocked,
Mhm.
right? So Rosemary knocks, waited, knocked again, and then has cracked the door and said, "I'm coming in. Are you decent?"
Yeah. No, come in.
And she comes in and just smirks at the, like, all right, this is good. I'm glad you had a good time last night. Notes told her about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm glad to see you loosen up a little bit. I brought you breakfast,
Okay.
and do you want a little hair of the dog to help balance out the situation, or?
Dog hair?
Okay, so it's an expression
Mm-hmm.
that when you're hungover from drinking or doing whatever, that a little bit of that in the morning helps sort of get you over the hump of feeling better.
And has the moment of like, I should be more fun. You know what? Yes.
Okay?
Let's have some of the hair of the dog.
Okay. So this is a gin I've been working on. It's a little floral, but let me know what you think of it. And just pulls out a little like silver flask and puts it on the nightstand next to your plate of food. Yeah, it's
Thank you.
substantial. Yeah,
Thank you. This is it's delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Okay. well, we got a little while before we have to set up. So, just take your time getting ready.
And thank you for breakfast.
Of course. Yeah, I love that she hasn't been outside yet. Like,
It's just like the most confused, but it's okay. We got it. And I'm gonna try to like get better at like not. I want people to see me doing this thing, but I don't want to choke on it. So like, if you're nearby, you just hear.
you just haven't done a lot of drinking.
Yeah, just haven't done a lot of drinking and
Yeah.
trying to like. I'm assuming this is like if Graydon has had drink, it would have been like, oh, try this wine or
Yeah,
something.
or mead.
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
but
but, like,
pretty chill. Yeah,
Just like what I'm assuming is just some moonshine as.
it's better than that, right? It's not quite moonshine.
No, but I mean like it's potency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 40%, but it's a very high quality gin. Yeah.
It's also gin.
It's
So
Yeah,
that's-
straight in the morning.
Yeah, that's to taste, right? Like I like gin, but
Gin is delicious.
yeah. All right, so that's the start of your day.
That's the start of my day.
Anything else we need to establish in the morning? Everyone gets a little food delivery, yeah, I think we're moving on with the rest of the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So midday, we have a little reprise of the carnival games, right? So we have sort of the after lunch. There's a few hours of carnival game time, and then the circus is going to shut down from like 4 p.m. and get ready for the final show, and so that's what's happening there. The town is working on cleaning up and repairing the dock, which eventually everyone discovers like, oh my god, what happened out here? There's no carcass or anything like that. There's just the wooden wreckage of the ship that was torn apart, the docks that are damaged. The dry dock is completely demolished. It's just gone. So they're gonna have to rebuild that from scratch. But
Does the city do like a census or a count to figure out if everybody's there, or they haven't even hit that realization yet?
oh no, they know who's gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Based on the crews and who was working and like, oh, where's they did that last night of like, oh, who got smished.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, all in all, they lost. What did I say? Like,
a dozen.
yeah, like 10 skeletons and 3 meat sacks. And the meat people were buried already this morning by the time you all came out, and there is talk of like, yeah, I think it just comes up, or somebody would ask, or they explain like, so at sundown we'll see what happens. This doesn't happen very often, but we'll see who we get.
Oh. Who are we talking to just about this? Like, does the mayor come around? Or...
Yeah, I think it's maybe in passing, but I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to track down the mayor and ask some questions, we can.
No, I mean, whoever like is telling us
Mhm.
about that. Actually, I kind of turn to everybody and I say, should we maybe hold off on the show and watch who gets out?
Well, so timing wise, they'll
Yeah.
get up at sundown,
Yeah.
and your show is usually a little bit after sundown.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just to be able to do it and have the lighting really,
Yeah.
It's got to pop.
Yeah.
But I think I will talk to whoever is, I'll see if I can like bring you with me,
Okay.
and then whoever we're talking to, I say,
Oh, it's probably Paladin Pietro.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's right.
He probably wouldn't gonna lead like the burials and
Yeah.
the whole.
That's what I was gonna say. So Paladin Pietro is guiding that,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah, and
Okay.
it's like he's like, hey, could you just make sure I'm doing this right?
Yeah. Because I'm gonna join you, and I'm gonna say, I think Kellamvor asked me if I wanted to guide the dead also, but I don't really know how that works. So, can I just stand alongside you and pay attention?
Can I roll to see if Gralen would, 'cause, like, at this point, I still don't know if Brutus really had this experience, and I don't know if Gralen would be suspicious at Brutus remembering my god's name in that way to bring it back up. So can I roll to see if he does, or do you?
You can just decide, unless you're not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
It's just- Oh wow! So I put it like 10 and below, no, and 11 up, and hit an 11. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you met Kellamvor?
Yeah. And I start describing the face, and I'm like, yeah, I think Kellamvor looked like this, and then the big Giff body, and the scales with the fist on their chest, right?
Oh, it sounds like you met him, but I think you manifested some of that in your mind on your journey. But yeah, it does
Okay.
sound like you met him, which internally I'm also not happy about because my friends keep getting direct passage to my god. But okay,
As
then
did you.
first,
Last
my
night.
god, but my
You
god,
took a knee and got direct reply.
right? Because he's my god, possessive here. What did he offer you to do?
Oh, he said, well, okay, a few things. So, not all shadows are alike.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm pretty proud of myself for getting that one.
Okay.
Okay, great. I'm catching on. Okay. Also, everything kind of dies or goes away eventually.
That is our typical most things. And
Okay, yeah.
yeah, that's our core.
Yeah. And some things need help going away. And so he said, because of my connection to particular kinds of shadows and to his domain, I might be able to help things move on.
Okay. So in order, there are shadow, which is neutral,
Uh-huh.
and then there are bad shadows.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So you are faithful,
Yeah.
shadow, neutral,
Okay.
not good or bad, just
Okay.
yours.
All right.
This thing,
Uh-huh.
bad shadow,
Okay.
bad shadow.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So don't touch that one.
Do not touch this.
Okay. All right.
As a matter of fact, put that back away.
Thank you.
Second, I don't know if you follow in this faith, but yes, our core tenet is that all things of the mortal realm have their time. And some people try to corrupt that in ways that are sort of spit in the face of our belief.
Kind of like that thing from last night.
Yes.
Okay.
Bad shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bad.
And my job as one of his chosen is to facilitate that. But considering that you also have access to the shadow, which is his realm, you could also help.
Okay.
So this is a big opportunity. You would essentially have a job similar to mine.
Sounds like an MLM pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, not for me.
Yeah. No. This is out of character, obviously.
Yeah.
Brutus has no idea what MLM is.
Also, Dion, cheat to the mic a little bit more,
Oh.
just so we can get more of your
This way.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take this on, you would essentially work similar to me, alongside me. We would.
So a little bit of just lower background is you're much higher ranked
Yeah.
than Psychopomp.
I fully understand.
Okay.
I am also, Gralen has his own intention of trying to make this sound like he's not trying to persuade. It's not like a do this thing, and I'm using
Sure.
rhetoric to make you.
Yeah,
But he's also like trying to say it in a positive light
Okay.
because he does like Brutus. So
Okay.
he's
Like we could be
highlighting.
colleagues.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we can work together, right? So
I know him from work.
so I mean, I'm not going to push you in any way, but if this is a belief and a structure that you can find yourself working under, then we would love to have you join.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the sound of that. And I think I really could use your guidance on this journey to, godhood and stuff. Your friend said that I'm not a god, so I guess I have a lot that I need to work on before I get there,
Yeah.
which I'm willing to do the work.
Don't we
you
all?
know?
So we're gonna start there. So
Okay.
Pietro has some things he needs to do. I'm gonna go guide him,
Okay.
and we're gonna have you come along. And lesson number 1, what is a god, and how to respect that. You are not, and he is not my friend. He is my god.
Oh.
So
Oh.
there's a respectability there, and then like
Oh.
they walk toward the chapel in like this
Yeah.
whole conversation of respectability politics,
Yeah,
right?
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know about this whole becoming a god thing now, because if it means I can't be your friend, like, okay,
Yeah.
I have to really
Aw.
rethink my life choices around that.
Yeah, and in a lot of
Okay.
ways, like a parent, right? Like a
Yeah,
parent
yeah.
should obviously love their child,
Yeah.
but like parent and friend is a different relationship.
Yeah.
So
Ah, okay. All right.
okay,
Brutus has a lot to chew on as we do these rituals.
Jaden, there is a fair amount of downtime this morning. If you
Mhm.
wanted to spend more time researching, it's up to you. Or what are you
Yes.
doing today?
Research or try to booty call a large orc lady.
I mean, you got a lot of research done earlier.
Did get some research done earlier.
I was waiting that way. I don't even know. I can't tell if that was in character or out of character.
You know what? We're gonna let whether or not General Backbreaker is up
Uh-huh.
decide that.
Oh yeah, I know her first name now, by the way.
Oh yes. Okay.
Did I say that you got her first name and I was just stuck?
I forget.
I think you got it. So
Okay.
it's Zorug,
Okay.
Zoruhg. Don't forget the H.
Okay.
It's silent.
Silent but deadly.
Because the little spell paper I have, it's not one. It's only one use if she answers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see if she's up.
Yeah. So it's like a sending spell. Did I say how long it was supposed to last?
I don't remember.
I think it's okay. So we'll set it up. You get 10 minutes, let's say.
Okay.
Right. We don't necessarily have to play that out in real time. Start a stopwatch, but
Yeah.
but yeah, she answers.
Hello.
I'm glad you got in touch.
Me too. What are you up to?
Well, it's my day off, so I'm doing laundry and, all the things you have to do on your day off.
We've got a show later, but I've got a significant amount of downtime until then.
Okay.
Maybe if you'd like something more fun to do than laundry, you might want to join me.
Oh. Well, I'll have to see. I have to get a pass to leave. But I might be able to. And I assume this would be more than, let's say, a picnic.
I mean, there can be a picnic if you want.
It wasn't my first thought.
Perhaps a picnic after? I feel like we might work up an appetite together.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to frame it as like she's not opposed to a booty call, but also doesn't want to like get a whole pass and like like change realms and then like,
Sure.
oh, you didn't actually want to hook up, like, oh,
Oh.
His body language is not subtle.
Right,
Also, like, he, in the morning, this is his morning outfit, which consists of, like, palazzo pants that are slit all the way up the side.
nice.
And then a floor-length open robe that's, like, this, like, burnout velvet, and it's got, like, beaded constellations all over it.
Oh, sure.
And that's it.
Just bare chest,
Yeah.
abs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the super low slung thing.
Yeah. The V.
The pants are barely on.
Yeah. 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 She makes arrangements and is going to be on the in realm space.
Excellent.
Okay.
And he would invite her to the show tonight.
Mhm.
However long she wants to stay, she's more than welcome.
Sure. Oh yeah. Also, I meant to give you the background, like some stuff that Lucretius passed on of like, I had framed it as like Lucretius wasn't that sure, but like I would rather just give you a bunch of information up front and retcon that Lucretius had
Sure.
this information. That the so Zorog is Uraug's sister, right?
Okay.
In the Backbreaker clan, and so they actually are contemporaries. Now that could have been any, like Zorog could have been her great grandmother or something, right? Because she's living a life in the Shadow Realm, the Shadowfell, and it doesn't age the same way
Sure,
everyone
yeah.
else does. But they are actually just a few years apart in age. They're 40-somethings, and the Backbreaker name is their family follows a matrilineal tradition, and so Uraug's husband took her name, right? So that's how they do it in their family, which is just in case that helps make sense of anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are the Backbreakers are known in Waterdeep primarily. That's their kind of like where they're from, and so Zorg probably grew up there and joined Kellenbor's service at some point, and then kept moving up the ranks and wound up working for the embassy. So
Cool.
that's the little bit of background that
I
you
love
would
it.
definitely have. In the visit, there is a fair amount of it's not like, all right, let's get to work, but there's like the amount of lead up that like
Sure.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like
You gotta have some conversation.
yeah, you're like it's comfortable. She's got all day, right? Like
Yeah.
but that's fine. But like do that first. Eat dessert first,
Mm-hmm.
and then doesn't particularly mind talking about herself, right? Is like also asking questions about Jaden, but reveals she was involved in several sort of like campaigns that like battles
Mhm.
that Kellenvor was called to either adjudicate or and not Kellenvor literally, but like the church, right?
Yeah.
Was so like in her life she's still technically mortal, right? But when you're in the Shadow Realm, you don't age,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's complicated, right? So she's also aging a whole day by being here with you.
Oh.
So
He does find that flattering.
yeah, that's worth noting.
Yeah.
But yeah, she also, she is big and strong, and all the things that come along with that, right?
Mhm.
She's just a substantial person.
Hard eyes during
Yeah.
her describing the battle.
Yeah, yeah. And they are things that like, oh yeah, I've read about that battle. Like
Mhm.
at least one of them you probably would have heard of.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a very friendly midday into afternoon.
Love it.
That yeah, okay.
And he would absolutely, like, before she gets there, like, make sure there's, like, a nice picnic prepared for after. Like, he knows how to woo.
Okay, excellent. Anything else we should establish for the day?
In all this downtime before we have to get ready for the show, I want to, as they would like go out, see all this wreckage, and let's be real, they have picked up some skills in repairing some different things.
Yeah.
Picked up. Totally.
Yep.
And so would go out and like help the townspeople start like sorting through wreckage and whatever, like things that need to be shored up. Like just basics,
Yeah.
not like intricate carpentry.
Yeah.
But also not their first scene of
Yeah.
mystical devastation.
By about 2 p.m, a wagon comes in on the road, right? And it's a double wagon, so there's like the big old covered wagon and then another wagon that's like towed, but you know, they're like linked up like a little train with the Rutha, those like oxen kind of
Oh, Rotha,
creatures.
yeah.
Rotha. They've got a couple of them pulling this, and you can see it is a like fire engine red tiefling, right? There's this like really bright red. They can range in tone and everything, right? But this one, she looks kind of young, you know, like 20. So who knows? Maybe she'll get gray later. But also has 2 little nubby like goat horns. Like this is another thing. Tieflings have all range of different types of horns and whatever. Has 2 little stubby goat horns. Yeah, I guess goats can be. That's not very descriptive, but like the nubs on Daredevil's helmet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Tiny little ones.
Yeah. And is sitting on the buckboard next to a dwarf who looks like he's maybe 60 something. He has a relatively short beard in that it only comes down to his mid chest, and is shaped into this like perfect little like not parallelogram, but like angles down and then is flat at the bottom.
Trapezoid.
Yeah, like a trapezoid. Like he clearly spends time on it, you know, and like is in the mirror like one little snip once. Damn it, you know, that sort of thing. Casts shape beard. God, I would give money for that spell. Okay, look, beards are tricky sometimes. But anyway, this wagon rolls in. It's these 2 at the front, and then there are several more exclusively tieflings and dwarves, right? There's like it's probably 10 people total, okay? Either sitting on the sides, you know, of the wagon or walking alongside or whatever. It's a bunch of tools and supplies and stuff. And it turns out, so when all the damage and stuff happened, they realized they were going to need help. And so they contacted the people in High Place who are, you know, miners and smiths and, you know, do a lot of like heavy industry kind of stuff, but on small scale, right? So they don't have a steel mill. They export their steel, their iron to be turned into steel and stuff like that. So anyway, they show up to start helping with repairs, right? Repairing pillars or replacing them, and just doing all that. But they also had known, like, oh yeah, there's going to be the show tonight, so like a bunch of them were going to come anyway, just to hang out. But they're like, oh, we need to bring tools instead, okay, or as well. And so, you know, the people who wanted to come to the show also packed up all their tools and are, you know, here doing work during the day. And I don't think it's like Brian has paid for you to be here, so I don't think they charge by the head to come to the show.
No, I think that most of the money is actually getting made on like games and concessions
Yeah.
and whatever,
Mhm.
just like in a real
Yeah, like they
entertainment
they did an appearance fee of like please show up, and then the rest of it is sort of
So between the payment for us being here, we didn't get paid for doing the job of going over there and checking on.
Oh no, you got paid for that.
So
yeah,
that pay, and then whatever we earn from concessions and from games.
Yeah.
We pretty much we made a killing, right?
you did well. Yeah.
So I'm officially out of the doghouse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just establishing that in lore.
Yep.
It was a good idea. Coming here was a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, you get an official Carnelia pat on the back. This worked out well.
You're canonizing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, there's a lot of as some of you are coming out of the wagons for the first time, there's a lot of like pounding and shouting and clanging, and there's some of that
From
in
the outside,
yeah,
too,
yeah,
yeah.
from the outside as well. Yeah. Thank you.
No, keep the armor on first.
Thank you. Yeah, and she doesn't show up. Zora doesn't show up in her like Kellamvor livery, right?
Sure, yeah.
But yes.
So, since you're in your own little demi-plane room, are you in your
Mhm.
own little demi-plane room?
Yeah,
Is that where it goes down?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
'cause
that's
the
polite.
tent needs to be bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
We
I-
don't
Yeah.
get the excitement of the wagons like.
No,
Oh, okay, all right.
No.
All right.
that would be fun, but yeah, our wagons are too magical
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
And also, it's a bunch of circus performers living in tight quarters. Like it's
Yeah,
nice to have
yeah.
a little separation.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the wagon is a rockin', don't come
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
No, there's just like a different scarf on the outside.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
you go.
there's
right,
the scarf code. You know not to like go in that
Yeah.
wagon.
Everyone has 3 scarves. Okay, so, yeah, there's a lot of sort of industrial repairs being made. You can join in and help with that. They actually have you pitch in. There's a number of places where it's like, hey, we need you to. It's not like spell slots or anything, but like, hey, that like lightning bolt thing you do. It's like, can you do like weld this together sort of thing? Like sort of become an arc welder.
I do have a firebolt.
What? That's probably less helpful in the circumstance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could just.
but you're
If I just-
capable of manipulating elements to someone.
Like
Is all
Yeah,
I mean.
no, I just thought it's like it's a funny thing. It's like yes, I can fire. Oh, small.
Yeah.
I can do that too.
Yeah.
I can do that.
But
too.
they put steel bands around one of the pylons that's cracked. Like let's straighten that out and just clamp this around there and get it on there real good. And so yeah, they're making repairs. They get a lot done during the day. Obviously can't do everything, but they're pulling the ship wreckage fully apart to try to see how much can be salvaged. And fortunately there was no like cargo or anything, right? It was up on dry dock to be repaired and or just tended to, and so they didn't really lose anything super valuable except a galleon.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is
Yeah.
Ship itself.
At least
Yeah.
it wasn't the Spelljammer deal.
yeah, and it wasn't they didn't lose their Spelljammer helm. We also we know we're selling them the
Yeah.
second helm,
The
right?
whale helm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we leave, I will figure out a gold amount and give everyone something for
Oh,
that.
that reminds me, we do owe. He was really excited about those minutes.
Oh.
The mayor wanted to meet and talk about the Illithid colony,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't necessarily have to do a town council meeting blow by blow, but and I think you all had the right instinct of like, these skeleton folks probably have some inkling of what it's like to be judged for your outer wrapping or lack of.
Thereof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so while there is some initial concern, I can't imagine a world where the four of you aren't able to, at least get this to, let's see,
Yeah.
let's wait and see what happens. So they're willing to, have a conversation with Brad and see what happens next. So they're not gonna tell the people from High Place yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
makes
seems-
sense.
Yeah, like technically the colony is closer to High Place than it is to Brine, but like,
Well, isn't High Place is also like kind of okay with Brian, but like not 100% on
yeah,
board?
well, it's just like they're their own town.
Yeah,
you
okay.
know, and like it's got sort of that small town pride feeling of like, yeah, we're High Place. We don't eat fish every day. Like, okay,
Their rival high schools.
yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah, that's exactly it. The soccer tournament's incredible, but yeah. So now there's a third team on the island. All right, so the groups. Let's see. Yeah, so the town council is able to absorb this information. We do some repairs to the docks. We get set up for the show at sundown. Everyone's, well, not everyone in town, but there's a gathering at the cemetery, and precisely 13 people, 13 skeletons come up out of the ground, and most of them are people who went down yesterday, and a few of them, let's say 4, are different people. And the Pietro actually says, like, I think this confirms it. It's keeping our number at, let's say 500, whatever, right? Yeah, there are 500 of us, but it's not necessarily replacing, like, one of the meat sacks who died didn't come back today, but maybe will in the future, right? So it's the magic of Brine is maintaining a consistent number at sundown, and actually because the town faces west, you could see the sun hit the ocean from the cemetery on the hill, right? And we get 13 new skeletons. So some of them were here before, and for some reason it doesn't matter that their bone fragments washed out to sea.
Okay.
And they literally like just come up out of the dirt like a zombie film. Just hands come up the like
Oh,
like pull themselves out of the dirt of the cemetery.
is it bodies that have been previously buried, or literally from? Like, I was reading what you were saying, like they were coming out of a prepared grave.
Oh yeah.
Like, those bodies didn't come back, but some other bodies that were buried.
Well, so everyone who comes up has been buried in brine,
Right.
okay? And the skeletons that were destroyed yesterday are people who were buried in brine,
Right. Okay.
and they come up out of their individual
Okay.
graves.
Right. That's
yeah.
what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And 2 of the meat sacks show up as skeletons as well. So,
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
all right. So we also have a big show. I don't know how much detail we have to get into that. I kind of want to like keep our story moving here too.
Yeah.
I just wanted a quick question,
Yeah.
not like a whole blow by blow of
That's
it,
okay.
but is Ezthe successful in convincing you to continue doing?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
an important
Absolutely.
question. Okay.
Absolutely. That was a fun time last time. So,
Awesome.
but I think it's the same thing. It's like I don't take a bow. I'm just like there, and then I'm gone.
Or
We'll
maybe
work on that part.
yeah, since you skipped it last time, I think Tim comes and says like, "Hey, just so you know, you're supposed to bow at the
okay.
end."
All right. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Oh, okay. Try to remember that next time.
They like it.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Does Zorog stay for the show?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
then Jaden would definitely use his starry form in the finale.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Definitely not making the show all about him, but it's
No, and she would probably be the only one that notices that the constellation he assumes is whichever one she was born under.
Yeah, her like birth star. Yeah, okay. Love it.
And then just one, I would like it if, especially because they just had this loss and Gralen's whole thing is speaking to people beyond the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Gralen's not sure if it's going to work here, but he gives people a chance to speak to those who were lost yesterday that didn't come back.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right, and so like it kind of is like a big hit tonight. And also clock somebody in the audience that he recognizes. Doesn't know personally, but it's like, isn't that one of Kellenbor's officers? In the audience?
Yes. Yeah.
like not enough to investigate it. Like maybe
That's the
he was
Marshall.
sent down here to do something. Like she does a lot of things I'm not aware of, but he didn't tell me.
She's also not in her armor.
It's a lot of weird things. I notice it, but not enough to.
So it's kind of like when you see your teacher at the grocery store.
And they're also not wearing their armor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, big show. Everyone has a good time, especially because it's been so stressful, and balanced with the fact that we lost some people. Except in this town, that's not necessarily a forever thing. Like, we'll see who's the next go around. That's just the nature of quote unquote life in Brine. So, the thing we need to set up next is where you're going. I think I sort of glossed over a lot of the information that Lucretius was giving you. And the thing she wanted you to do was start with the museum that you had found. It turns out that place is called the Stardrift Athenaeum. And the Stardrift Athenaeum is sort of like a university extension campus of Candlekeep, right?
Oh.
So Candlekeep is primarily a library, right? It's not a university or a museum. But they kind of serve those functions, right? It's not necessarily what we would think of as a university, but people go to Candlekeep to learn stuff, right? And it's just a fortress of learning, right? It's not a town or in a city or anything. Like Waterdeep has a number of more traditional looking universities. But the Candlekeep has a number of things that they consider dangerous. And so they created this holding area in astral space, or realm space, not full-on astral space. That there's a portal in Candlekeep that goes to this other thing. However, Lucretius lets you know that Candlekeep has not been letting scholars access the deep archives of the Stardrift Athenaeum. So, rather than trying to finagle your way through Candlekeep and maybe piss off people or whatever, she thought, why not just go directly to the Athenaeum in realm space? And, they probably have some sort of external entrance. And they probably just shut down the portal here. Who knows? Could be maintenance. Could be... It's not like there was an attack on Candlekeep or something like that. We would know.
Yeah, we would. How would we know?
Of course. Yep.
No one's going to know.
Yeah.
How would they know?
It never gets out. What are you talking about?
Anyway, the word on the street is that Candlekeep is not accepting. They were already very restrictive. Like, you show up, you have to bring a written work of some kind to just get in the gate. A written work that they consider worthy. So now they consider different things worthy, right? It might be some, barbarian's cookbook is like, this is interesting to us. We accept. You can come in. Don't eat the books. But, that sort of thing, it's not so restrictive, but it is, anyone who wants to get in has to present something. But it's a whole hassle, right? So we're not going to Candlekeep. We're going to their extension campus, the Stardrift Athenaeum, in Realm Space, which is we have coordinates for.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And there in that, so that was the museum that you visited that had a lot of sort of natural artifacts. It also has other sort of like it's like the storage, the part of the library that most people don't need access to, you know. So they put things away that are either dangerous or esoteric and not frequently needed. They're it's like Candlekeep's basement.
Fun.
Yeah.
Overflow stacks.
Yeah. The overflow stacks, the extension campus, you know, whatever you want to call it.
The restricted section.
Yes, and it is not currently accessible, or the Candlekeep is not allowing people to visit the extension via the portal in Candlekeep. So
Can we say that Jaden got in through Candlekeep before by giving them his like travelogue books?
Yeah.
Of, like, there's stuff in there that he has completely forgotten.
Yeah,
If
I
he
love
read
that.
it, he'd be like, "I did that. Oh, I
that
forgot.
was cool.
That's fun.
Who's this guy? Oh,
Ooh, spicy."
yeah. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Any other questions about what's happening next?
Before this night ends, can I spend an hour doing the orb thing?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I imagine I was busy all day, so
yeah.
after the show,
Had a lot
tonight,
to do.
I'll wind down. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll have you'll be able to attune those two objects, and then you'll be able to basically put the pearl away and just use your orb
Okay.
to, you know, now it has a target, like a really specific target that you could change it, but you've attuned it to this specific target.
Perfect.
Also, at some point, so Zorug does not spend the night, right?
Sure.
But does spend some more time, and you know, whatever, that's good.
Mhm.
And then
Post-show activities.
goes back to work. I assume just Denny's after the show.
The brine
There is a
equivalent
chef
of
who's
Denny's. Yeah.
desperate for.
Yeah.
I think Gralen probably notices though that Jaden does not come to like Circus Family dinner after the show.
Oh, Gralen.
He is mysteriously absent.
Are you still in your space?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know that I would go looking for you just yet.
Can you make a perception check for me? I just want to see if you see Zorug follow.
That's what I was like. I don't know if I'm gonna be in the space to see this. Oh, that's 2 1s.
Really?
2 1s.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
You are certain you saw Jaden go home alone.
Okay.
Oh, Jaden must need some alone. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just family
Yeah,
dinner.
it's
It's
not
fine.
feeling.
Yeah.
I'll go check on her later and make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
Make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check on him later. Yeah.
Big old
Important
dog hand over
question.
here.
Do I get another spell?
A what?
Another spell?
Was it a good enough day
Oh,
to get
oh,
that number
Do
again?
we get secondary digits?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You now have a ritual spell that is not going to use up a scroll or something.
Great.
You can just jot down this. You know, you have a little sort of reusable
Mm-hmm.
pamphlet of Contact Zorug.
Excellent.
Scroll of booty call.
Yeah. Scroll of booty.
Do I see you after Zorag has left? Like, do you come
Oh
back
yeah, yeah. He has mysterious like tusk marks about his.
Yeah, that's what I was
person.
gonna say. So Gralen
Some
sees,
happy little bruises.
Yeah.
I think with 2 1s, Gralen sees Jaden and comes to the immediate conclusion, Jaden must have got hurt, and tries to come heal. Like, I try to heal you. I'm like, you're sweaty and you look tired and you have bruises.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what happened? Are you okay?
Are
And
you
it's like,
sick?
immediately try to cast a spell to heal you.
And he just he's like, no, I'm great. Don't. I wanted to keep these actually as mementos. They'll heal on their own.
Okay. And then like mental wounds or
Yeah.
mementos.
This is a confusing situation. Snake eyes on the dice.
Snake eyes on the dice.
Amazing.
Um,
The
Okay.
dice reaffirming Gralen's obliviousness.
Incredible.
all right. I think we covered a lot of ground today. So let's close this out. Thank you for joining us for session 7 of the Astral Circus here on happyjacksrpg. Thank you to our chat mods who make it possible to do this live with you. And thank you to our amazing Patreons who let us do this ad-free and independent. And we don't answer to no one. And I can make dumb jokes like the big brain on Brad. And everybody loved that. Go to happyjacks.org/Patreon if you want to join in that crew. And let's start over here this time, Pooja.
Well, I am Pooja. I've been playing Ezthe Perah. You can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. If you want to hear me play more TTRPGs, you can find me in the Happyjacks back catalog and on Queensword Games for Mekong, Sympathy for the Devil, our Southeast Asian mech space opera. Very proud of that one. And on the 12-Sided Stories podcast back catalog. Go out, find your people, find your community, and spend some time with them. It's good. It's good for your soul.
That is very true. Hi, everybody. I'm Sam. They, them pronouns. I have been Jaden Sapphire, your friendly neighborhood big orc lady romancer for this week. You can find me on the internets under my author pen name at Sylvie Hellstaff on Blue Sky and TikTok. That's right. I write books. If you like romancing monsters like I do in this game sometimes, I write books about that too. You can read them as long as you're over the age of 18 because they are spicy. I have 2 books out right now. I'll show them to you. One of them, this one, Shadow's Light, is 50% off the ebook. You can get it on itch.io. If you did not know, you can get books on itch.io by a lot of independent authors. It is 50% off for the month of April because it's Autism Acceptance Month. And
Yay.
your person right here has the autism, and I write books. So if you want to go support some autistic authors, there's a really good bundle on itch.io of 10 different books from different authors. I'm not in that one, but you can still get my book for 50% off right now.
You did say authors, but my brain went autistic authors. Is there a lot of them?
Probably,
Yeah.
yes. Some of them might even be
Statistically.
authors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jay, and I was Brutus in today's session. In all of our sessions, really, of the Astral Circus, I tend to be. So, you can find me on the various socials at JAfrica, in most of them, and yeah, I'm not mentioning the meta ones, so we're keeping that. But you can also find me on the Happy Jacks back catalog. You can find me here every what day is it? Saturday. Christ. Sorry, in the Astral Circus. And you can find me on sea at the D20 cruise next week if you're going to be there. And if you're not going to be there, hopefully you can join us at a future sailing. I believe the 2026 sailing will be going on sale. If it hasn't gone up yet, it'll be going right after the 2025 sailing. And you can also find me the first Sunday of May at Alamo Draft House, where I am going to be running a table for their Dungeons and Draft House event. So hopefully you can join us there, roll some dice.
It's decent food too.
Yeah, it is. It's a good spot, certainly. And also my my latest thing, the Lands of Adventure series that premiered at WonderCon, are now available for sale on the DMs Guild. So it's a series of 4 Tier 1 D&D adventures that are analogs to a variety of attractions that can be found in a very famous Southern California theme park. Let you figure that out on your own. But yeah, again, available on the DMs Guild. There's a bundle of it, so if you want 4 like Tier 1 adventures to run your players through, you can get it at a significant cost savings.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello, everyone. I am Dion. I have been Gralen today, and I mean, again, this entire adventure. You can find me on the internet at DeltaEcho7792, but I'm not on most places. I'm just here and there. And I would like to mimic Pooja's stance. Go out, enjoy life, have fun. If somebody needs you, be there for them, and if you need someone, ask them for help. That's gonna be my push every week.
I'm delighted to just now note at the end of the show that your shirts are sort of flipped, like black with pink, pink with black.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Kinda, yeah, right.
I'm
The same
enjoying that.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like,
like
Yeah.
aqua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, and our characters are setting up this buddy cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Maybe next week we'll be matching.
I should add, I've been Jason. I am sometimes your GM here. I use he/him pronouns, and you can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky at It's Probably Okay. Although I haven't been streaming very much because grad school is kicking my butt. But I've got finals due next week, and then I'm gonna have just a streamaganza. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So anyway, follow me on Twitch. I do exist there and will exist again, despite the low viewings currently. So thank you everybody for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, folks.